to the Intelligent Idea Talkers podcast.
Oh, my bad. All right. Welcome to the Intelligent Idea Talkers podcast for 6/21/2025. I'm your host, Juice.
This is Zero.
And welcome, man. We're back after a substantial hiatus, but we're here. We got some movie reviews to talk about. Got a lot to say about the Thunderbolts movie. We're a little bit late, but better late than never. I know our thousands of adoring fans have been waiting with bated breath for our coverage. And then we got. I heard some amazing, outstanding news about Black Panther storyline, which is literally mind-boggling news. But hey, it's an indicator of our times, of the day, and the times we're living in right now. So, man, hey, buckle in for that one, and then of course, we're starting out. Frank, our resident basher and smasher in Powerstone, the coordinator extraordinaire. He recently made his rounds going around the country, knocking folks out of the ring in Powerstone. So,
yeah.
Well, you can't really ring out into Powerstone, can you?
No, you can't.
Yeah, but them walls getting effed up. But yeah, man. So how was it, man? You were recently at both Combo Breaker and CEO, right?
Yes, that's right. So hey, everybody. So I had the pleasure of being invited to go to Combo Breaker for Memorial Day weekend, and CEO, which stands for Community Event Orlando, which is another fighting game major, and I got the chance to go there a couple of weeks ago. Actually, it was last weekend as we record that I got to go to CEO, which was incredible. But yeah, man, when I went to Combo Breaker, it was our first time over there at hosting Powerstone in a major. It was our first time hosting like a major tournament, like as a community tournament, not just like a BYOC grassroots sort of thing. Like we were actually given equipment by Combo Breaker. We were given all the tools that we needed to run the tournament, and then it was also marketed by them, so a lot more eyes got to watch the stream. And so the way it worked out was that at Combo Breaker, top 4 gets to be on stream, and they got to be on IFC Yipes' stream, who was a huge fighting game commentator, and also expert pro Marvel vs. Capcom 2 player for the FGC. And they were doing that like throughout the weekend, where they had like Justin Wong, who's also infamous for Evo Moment 37 with Daigo, with the parrying the Chun-Li kicks and all of that.
Oh yeah, that crazy.
So what the venue did was that they basically took over the streams of these personalities and started hosting these community games and also some main games on their stream throughout the whole weekend. So Powerstone got the chance. We were actually supposed to be on Justin Wong's stream originally, but we had gotten moved last minute to Yipes' stream because things happen. But yeah, we got the chance to do that. And so the tournament, we had 27 people that entered, and that was incredible. Met a lot of really nice people, and then it came down to top 4, and top 4 was myself, Aragar, who was the Evo champ. This dude J Force, who's actually really placed really high in the online leaderboards, and this other dude Nano, who is actually a vendor at Combo Breaker. Plays a really mean Galuda in Powerstone. So yeah, with top four, when we were top four, we got the chance to go up on stage and play on stream. And Argar and myself were on the winner's side. The other two guys were on the loser's side.
Do you mind if I share some of the pictures of the setup
No,
you
I
had?
don't mind at all. Go ahead.
Here, let me throw some of these up. While you talking about it.
Yeah, I don't mind at all. So yeah,
See.
got the chance to be on winner's side, and then so I lost. So we always play winners finals first. So I got to play first on stage. Unfortunately, so that's CEO. But unfortunately,
Okay.
I lost the winners finals match. So then that automatically put me in losers finals. So then I had to wait for the other two guys to play, and then J Force wound up winning that match for losers semis. And then I fought against J Force in losers finals. I beat him in losers finals, and then I fought Argar again in grand finals. And while I fought hard, unfortunately I could not get the W, but that means I came in second place. So I did come in second place at Combo Breaker.
Combo Breaker, man.
For the first time that Powerstone's ever been at Combo Breaker.
Did you get a medal for that one, right?
Yes, I did. I got one of
these. Yeah, there it is right there.
I got one of these right here. You know, I got one of these right over here.
Yeah, that's right.
On the other side, it says Powerstone. It says Combo Breaker Powerstone AIT, which is all in together tournaments, and it says second place. So yeah, I got one of these for Combo Breaker. So yeah,
That's dope.
I was over the moon. Like honestly, I did what I came out there to do. What I really wanted to do was to bring Powerstone to the biggest stage it's ever been on, and that was the main goal. And now the stretch goals, if you want to put it this way, the stretch goals were to go and compete and have fun and win the fucking whole thing.
Right.
You know?
Hey, but that means you got good competition out there. So
yeah.
And when there's competition, that means there's more people coming to it, more people building on it too.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I was thinking about it the other day where there's a line in, I think it was Civil War, where Vision says something along the lines of when Tony Stark announced that he was Iron Man back in whenever in that timeline, he invited challenge. He put himself out there, and he invited challenge to come to him. And now we're receiving that challenge, but I did not expect it to be like within ourselves or something like that. But that whole invited challenge point was something I thought about, and I'm like, I think I did this right. Like I wanted to bring Powerstone, and there are a lot of people that still love the game, that will still like play the game, and now people are coming from all over to fight each other in Powerstone, and it's like, yo, this is wild, like kind of opening the floodgates or opening the gates in general, and just people are coming in, and our tournament numbers have been like so good from Evo to Combo Breaker to CEO. Our tournament numbers have reached double digits and more, and it's like, it's been crazy, the amount of reception for such a niche game, for the amount of people to come out and compete. It's just been wild, man. So Combo Breaker was a hell of an experience. I was over the moon with how everything went, and I hope that we can do it again next year, because that was just all crazy. Just getting to be on stage, getting to like watch on stream. Like we had like 2 big screens, and like getting to see yourself up there while you're on stage playing. It's just wild. It's just surreal. So I'm so glad that I was able to do that. So yeah. That was Combo Breaker. And then 2 weeks later, went to CEO in Florida.
Yeah, now I can shit it.
Yes. Yeah. 2 weeks later, went to CEO in Florida. So the special thing about CEO, if you see this picture, the special thing about CEO is that they're different from other majors in that in the main area, and now in the community area. But in the main area, they were known for having a boxing ring in the middle of the arena,
Hmm.
and you would play games. Like the finalists for each game would play games in the boxing ring.
Which
So
is a hell of an aesthetic. Like,
that's cool. That's really
right,
cool. So in the community area, which is what you see here, instead of a boxing ring, they had an octagon, dude.
right.
They had an octagon, like
You imagine on
dead,
the octagon.
like dead center. It was all the way against the wall, but it was right in the center. As soon as you walked into the community area, it's the first thing you see. You know, you see it. You see this octagon, and it's like, what? You know, like I was afraid to go up there and see what it was all about, and I'm like, I gotta make it on stage. I gotta make it on stage. You know, so yeah, you get to play. So for in this case, so we held the Powerstone tournament for CEO, and once again, I found myself on the winner's side in CEO. So I got the chance to go up on this stage and play Powerstone on this stage.
This is
And
Zero up there
yep,
with the
that's
Red
me.
Bull console.
That's me. Yep. They're sponsored by Red Bull.
Yep.
Sponsored by Red Bull. You know, gives you winks. But yeah, so I got the chance to go up on stage, and that's Aragar on the right.
Yeah.
But I got the chance to go on stage. I got the chance to play Powerstone in an octagon, which is again, it's so cool.
Yeah.
But I had to lock in.
Right. You can't get caught up in the moment.
That instance, yeah. So yeah, I go and I get in and we start playing, you know, after settling everything, commentators and all that. We start settling everything, and then I get in and we start playing, and I lock in, and funnily enough, getting in there, I was more locked in than I was at Combo Breaker, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But the competition got tougher. So once again, on the top four were Aragar, myself, the same guy, J Force from Combo Breaker. He went to CEO as well, and then we had one of the commentators, actually, Zagran K, who they were they were also playing on the loser side. So first match, again, winners finals. So that's me and Aragar in winners finals. I actually took a match off of Aragar, and it's the first time I've ever done it in tournament. So what a place to do it, but which means I'm getting a little closer to that W that I need against him. But he was able to knock me down in losers finals, and so J Force and Zagran played in losers semis. J Force wins, and then I play against J Force in losers finals, and J Force his game had stepped up so much that I found myself with my back to the wall, literally, very quickly. And so I said, I was like, oh shit, I gotta lock in right now. So when I did lock in,
is the there you go. This is the
yeah. So that's
at that time.
Yes.
Right.
So yeah, you would just put my name at the top in losers finals and J Force's name at the bottom in losers finals.
Okay.
So I found myself against the wall very quickly because he had taken two matches. He had taken two matches off of me very quickly in its first 3. So I had to lock in, and I did lock in, and I was able to bring it back. And I don't know, like honestly, I'm not trying to make excuses, but this is still a 26-year-old game. There were things that were just going wrong in the final match. Like glitches, just kind of buggy things, funky things that were never patched out.
Right.
Like there was one instance where we were both jumping, and I had an item in my hand. I had the Molotov in my hand, and when you throw the Molotov on impact, it explodes.
Right.
And it creates like some fire. And if it hits a character, the character gets set on fire and bounces around a little bit, and it's still able to be hit. So we were both jumping. There was nothing in our way. And I threw the Molotov, and I hit him with the Molotov, but the Molotov, instead of setting him on fire, it explodes in my face and sets me on fire. And I'm like, What the fuck just happened? You know? I'm like, what? So there were weird things. There were weird interactions like that happening pretty much the entire time I was playing against J-Force. And I'm like, I just don't think the game likes me today. And what a day for this to happen.
Yeah. That's
so again, I'm not making excuses.
A crazy glitch.
I'm not making excuses, but unfortunately, I could not win the final match. It was down to the wire. Like it was 2-2. In the final match, we each had a round. The next round determined the winner, and it was super close. But unfortunately, I could not pull it off. So, did not place second, or I could not get the chance to fight Aragar again in grand finals. I placed third in CEO. But don't worry, I'll be back. I'll be back. So
this is a combo breaker medal
yeah,
from the time.
yeah. So
just saw that,
CEO, I got one of these for CEO.
Let's see.
And same deal on the back. On the back, it says,
"Oh yeah, that's hella cool."
CEO 2025, third place for Powerstone. So yeah,
man.
So yeah,
he's just racking the medals up.
Yeah, man, and again, you know, for
see.
CEO, I did what I came out there.
It's right here.
Do.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah. So I did what I came out there to do. You know, I wanted to bring Powerstone to another major. I got the chance to do it for 2 majors this year so far. I got the chance to really make it to really like put more eyes on this game. And again, it's through their platform. So they're gonna be they already streamed like all of the top 4s for all the community games, but eventually they're going to separate all of the games into their own top 4s on YouTube. So
okay,
you know, then we can see how many more eyes are really like watching these tournaments. But it was a great time. Funnily enough, I was gonna say before, I played better. Like I said, I played better here than I did at Combo Breaker, but yet I still wound up in 3rd place. But again, that's that whole inviting challenge thing.
Right? Yeah.
Like J-Force took the L last time to get into 3rd place, and he trained up. He really did. You know, he really did. He trained up, and he was playing his ass off. So props to him on that. And what
was that, like the fighter spirit? You know what I'm saying?
Like, yeah, like he trained up. Like he was playing out of his mind.
When you have somebody to challenge, you know, then you train harder.
Yep. Somebody that shows you like, oh shit, like I ain't shit, or damn, I could have done better, and you train up. So then that's what he did. He trained up really hard, and he was playing really well that day. And I just unfortunately was just getting subjected to BS in the game. But again, no excuse. I'll be back. But I will say that I made it a family trip because it was Father's Day weekend, and I actually played in the tournament on Father's Day. And
okay.
And so,
how was that?
It was good. It was good.
Yeah.
It was fine. It was fine. It was a bit of a stressful Father's Day, but
a lot going on.
Yeah, just a tournament and running it and competing and all of the stuff. Just a lot of moving parts on that day, so I couldn't really be present. But at the same time, I think the best part of the trip was the fact that I got to have my son watch me play Powerstone on stage.
Right.
And, you know, him cheering me on, and it was just like, man, you know, like, just, man, what a feeling, you know?
Yeah,
that's a feeling. So I'm glad I at least got to do that. I'm glad at least I got to share in that experience with him. And yeah.
Yeah, that's something you don't get to do every Father's Day.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just a crazy. It's been a crazy month and a half. It's been a crazy 6 weeks. And now we get a little bit of a break, but the Powerstone train keeps on rolling because I'm like 99% sure, even though acceptance applications haven't been accepted just yet, but like I'm 99% sure we're going back to Evo. So that's in August. So I'm hopeful that.
Oh, yeah, that's right around the corner.
Yeah. I'm hopeful that like all the people that I've been keeping in touch with throughout the year, all the people that were playing last year, and some new people, you know, and some people that we've met along the way. Like J-Force himself said he was going to go to Evo. Zagrand said that they were going to go to Evo. You know, like all the people that we've kind of run into and kind of like just like brought in, to this challenging sphere that we've got going on. Like I really like to see everybody at Evo, and that just means we're gonna break that 32 person cap. We're gonna have like almost 40 people playing Power Stone.
Oh man,
We'll see. We'll see.
do you think
It's
they'll
gonna be
provide for you that? Because last
no.
time they didn't. Okay, no,
They're not going to this time either. But
okay,
that's okay. That's okay because
not
last
yet.
year, not yet. Last year with what we were able to do and all the views that we had on YouTube. By the way, speaking of which, our Evo video hit 10,000 views.
Oh, word!
Like last week.
Oh wow!
And so in less than a year, that video has now amassed more than 10,000 views. So
That's crazy.
It is absolutely nuts. So, getting back to the point, this is how it starts, right? Like this is how it starts. This is how it started last year. We did it all ourselves, and we did everything ourselves. But all of the people who entered, the people who watched, the people who supported us, it all came together so that we would be able to be accepted to places like Combo Breaker and CEO.
Right.
And then now we're going back to Evo. We're not a community game at Evo. I don't think, like 99% sure we're not now, but we're going to do it again. We're going to do it bigger. We're going to do it bigger. We're going to do it better. We learn from our mistakes and we have more control over how it goes this time around versus with Combo Breaker and CEO. We were kind of we had to leave a lot of things to administration, to admin, to handle for us, which is nice because it was less of a headache, but we had less control over those things. But now we're here, and we're able to focus, and we're able to do it our way, and I don't mind that at all. Because again, if we get more people joining, more people watching, more people in general to just pay attention, this is how next year we may be a community game at Evo, So yeah, it's just been a crazy summer so far, and yeah, it's just been a wild experience just going to these tournaments and not only running it, seeing all of the work that I've been putting in over the year to get this far, and then to be able to see the game being played on the big stage like that is just crazy.
Yeah.
So
that's a hell of a payoff.
Yeah. So
do you know if you guys are like in? Because I imagine there's a limited number of slots for Evo, and do you know if there's any like competition you guys have? Any other games that people are working at? Any like similar scenarios going on with other games?
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Like so
because Powerstone's such a unique kind of like Royale game. But yeah, you imagine there's like there's not a lot others like that one, No,
I mean there's no other game like Powerstone, to be honest. But
yeah.
But like to your question, yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of games out there that are probably even more niche or lesser known that still make it to Evo and BYOC, and are just trying to put the name of the game out there, And after a while, you start understanding. After being after getting accepted into Evo and then starting to kind of like understand how things work behind the scenes, it turns out it's all run by the same people. All 3 tournaments are run by the same people.
Oh wow! Oh okay.
With the exception of CEO, which is run by Jabali. Shout out to Jabali, but Jabali is really tight with the people that run CEO and Combo Breaker and Evo. So it's all kind of weird. It's kind of a weird nepotism, like a nepotism.
Yeah, it's kind of like an inside, like a network thing.
But the thing about that is, once you get in and you start talking to people, put your name out there, like have them remember you, then it's almost a sure thing,
Right.
So Now it's like we've hit our goal. We've been featured at one. Like I would have been surprised if we were featured at one major this year, and we got featured at two in an
Yeah,
official
yeah.
capacity. And Evo is like the big one, right? Like, and if we get featured as a community at Evo, then like that's the farthest we could take it. you know, Outside of it being a main game, which is not going to happen for a 26-year-old game, unless it's like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 or CVS 2,
Hmm.
which actually Marvel vs. Capcom 2 this year at Evo is going to be the showcase, not the showcase, it's going to be a main title
Oh,
because
really?
it's 25th year anniversary.
Oh, okay.
Like last year was Powerstone's 25 year anniversary. So this year MVC2 is going to be the main game, and then next year,
That shit is
without
crazy.
a,
I remember these bitches came out.
yeah,
That's wild.
25 years, and then without a doubt, 100%, I bet you anything, CVS2 is going to be the main game next year because it's going to be its 25 year anniversary next year. So
Okay.
unless it's like one of those games, one of those classic, just ridiculously good, still holds up games that people still play, that like by the hundreds or thousands that people still play. The furthest I could ever take Powerstone is
Because
Community
games
at
like that,
Evo.
even the next iterations, don't really match up to the mechanics of like that of
No,
like yeah,
no, yeah. I
it
mean
just don't hold
MVC.
up, man.
I mean there is MVC3. There's Ultimate MVC3,
Hmm?
but those games are wildly different
Yeah, just
in a lot of ways. So, but MVC3 still has a major following too. But
yeah,
MVC2 is like Hall of Fame fighting game. Like it's one of the
yes,
best fighting games ever made.
ever made.
So,
Yeah, straight up.
and same with CVS2, one of the best fighting games ever
Yep.
made. So,
Oh, I remember the scene of just in the arcade.
yeah, yeah, classic.
Like there used to be lines around those man.
Yeah,
Cats would, put
yeah,
the coins up on the.
just classic. And 25 years later, they're still being played, especially with the release of the collections like CFC, the Marvel vs. Capcom collection, and then CFC2, which has CVS2 as like the big game on it,
Right.
that's being played like ridiculously every single night on across all systems. But yeah, like those games, sure, yeah, I could see the reason why they would be main titles, especially to celebrate 25 years. But Power Stone, the furthest I could ever take it is Community at Evo, and I'm extremely grateful for
Oh yeah.
CEO and Combo Breaker. And if Power Stone never makes Community at Evo, I can just still say that I was able to get get this game on the big stage at two majors, and there are more majors, and I just haven't I just haven't applied to them yet. I haven't tried, and guess what? A lot of them are run by the same people.
How's that work?
so
Everything's a monopoly.
it kind of
Yeah,
is
like that's their
in this line of things.
business
It
model.
kind of is, but yeah, man, that's been my experience, my insight into how things are run. So once I was able to get in good at Evo, and then the reception the game got, then it was just a matter of just keeping up, keeping in touch, and trying to network as much as possible, which I have been doing. So I'm
Hmm.
hoping that again, I just gotta like have some people email me back, call me back, text me back, and some more things are gonna be happening. So yeah,
Hey
we'll
man,
see.
that's what's up, dude. Congratulations, man. You know what
Thanks,
I'm saying?
man.
Still doing these things, dude. Making it
Thanks,
big.
man. I appreciate it. Thank you, man. It's been wild.
And
It's been wild,
when they put
crazy.
this up on YouTube, man, like, you gotta send me the link.
Yeah, I mean, I sent you the link for Combo Breakers
That was comic
tournament.
break. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so CEO
Hey,
once that
that was crazy. Like watching that, like watching y'all go at it. I
it's
was saying before, man, the commentary, like,
yeah, yeah,
he was giving me entertainment.
yeah.
That was riveting commentary.
Yeah, that was the Grand K. That was the Grand K.
Okay, okay.
That was the dude that came. That was the dude that came in fourth at CEO. But yeah, he's it's mad funny. So
Yeah.
so and we had him do commentary last minute because The plan was that myself and or Aragar would do commentary,
Mhm.
but in the event we were to make top 4, I had some people as backup, but then they dropped out of going to Combo Breaker. So I'm like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? So I was asking around before the show, and
And you gotta have
people were
somebody with like some knowledge about like how the
right,
game works, you know?
right. So people were like, just ask someone in the community to do it, and I'm like, well, okay, but that means I gotta like pull from the players that are playing, and there's 27 people. But it worked out. It worked out.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, I have commentary experience, and then the guy who was running all of the community tournaments actually agreed. He's like, oh yes, he has really good community experience, and I'm like, all right, just do your best, man. And
Yeah, he killed it.
He killed it. He killed
Yeah.
it. At CEO, he was also one of the 2 commentators at CEO. We had 2 this time,
Okay.
and that commentary was great too. So it worked out. It worked out. You know, we became cool, and he said he may go to Evo, but you know, we'll see how it works out at Evo. But yeah, it worked out. So his commentary was dope. So I was definitely appreciative of the fact that he was able to
Yeah,
do
he held
that
it
for
down,
us. Yeah, because it would have been we would have had to just take that on the chin if Aragar and myself made top 4 and we didn't have anybody lined up. So it is what it is. But he stepped up and he did a great job. So
yeah,
that's how it worked out. But yeah. Thanks for watching the video, man. I hope
yeah.
it was cool that you found it entertaining.
Oh yeah, definitely,
nice.
definitely. Yeah, drop the like I don't know if maybe I'm not following. I might need to just follow it or whatever. But yeah, I didn't never. It didn't pop up anywhere on my stuff. So yeah, thanks for dropping that link, man. That was cool.
All good. But yeah, that was Combo Breaker and CEO, kind of in a nutshell, man.
Yeah. Yeah, one day, man. We'll make it out there, John Dog.
Yeah, man. You gotta come. You gotta come out. Powerstone is making a little name for itself now. You gotta come out.
Yeah.
You gotta show up.
Man, I still can't believe like Powerstone. Like
I know, dude.
Like I remember having that Joe like on my Dreamcast, man. Like I remember having a disc. No, I think nope. I didn't. Well, I had a disc, but I had the bootleg disc. That Joe. I had the Joe. We had the startup disc, and you had to switch it out.
The boot disc, yeah.
The boot disc. Yeah. You switch it out, put the other one in.
You don't need to do that anymore with old Dreamcasts. So.
Okay.
So and also now it's on the collection, so we just play the collection now. It's just easier.
Right.
Because Dreamcast, I love the Dreamcast. I'll love it. I'll always love it. But Dreamcasts are, by the day, becoming extremely unreliable because it's a 26-year-old system. You know. So I have like 3 Dreamcasts, and 2 of them work reliably, but then you never know.
So I'm sure I still got one back in my storage area. Yeah, I know I never threw it away.
I have 3. Dude, I have 3. I have one of them. One of them is modded with a GDMU.
Okay.
And so that like I have like all the games on the one. And
okay.
And then I have one that's just like a straight up disk drive, regular Dreamcast. So yeah, and then Dreamcast games are expensive. So yeah, I just do backups of those. I'm not trying to spend an arm and a leg because I think Powerstone. For a legit copy of the American version of Powerstone, you're gonna pay like $200.
I believe it though. I mean, it's not like they're making them anymore.
No, they're not.
Yeah, like it's just like that's like vintage material. You put that joint in the glass case and you get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's part of my Powerstone adventures. More to come. More to come in August.
Yeah, man. We cover that too, though. That's what's up, man.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
So yeah, man. I guess we could like just talk. So Dio's supposed to be popping up later. You know what I'm saying? So we're kind of like holding out for him to talk about the Thunderbolts movie reviews.
Don't you mean the new?
I don't think I do. I don't think I did. But
Uh-oh.
yeah, we'll see when he gets here. But I guess in the meantime, though, we could talk about some potential rumors surrounding the MCU. There was a dip. So recently, like pretty super recently, there was a headline I saw. This one's from Deadline. Let me share. I can share my screen. Damson Idris plays coy about Black Panther 3 casting rumors. So apparently, they're looking to finally recast, or not even recast T'Challa. I think the whole idea, from what we saw in Wakanda Forever, that
Yeah, they're gonna do
we have a new T'Challa coming up, and that like Damson Idris may be potentially that new T'Challa, T'Challa Jr. His name Toussaint, T'Challa Toussaint.
Well, it's T'Challa. Yeah, it's T'Challa. His name is also T'Challa, but yeah, his name is Toussaint. I think that was just to keep him protected.
Yeah. And yeah, like they said, he offered a playful yes/no in response to whether or not. And I saw the video, and the dude was cheesing too hard. Like here, so I guess my question is, what do you think about this cast? Like I've seen him, but I haven't really watched anything he's in. I don't know if your experience or had any experience watching his.
So Damson Idris. Probably a lot of people know this, but Damson Idris got his big break from a show called Snowfall.
Snowfall, right?
And Snowfall, he plays a ruthless character, like just ruthless, right? Lots to do with drugs,
Yep.
but like in Snowfall, his character, he plays the character very well, and I liked Snowfall, and I liked his character in it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm hoping that he can bring the same amount of energy. And
Was he believable?
Yeah. But the problem is that it's just a very different character from the hero.
Right.
That is because he was the main character, but he was basically a villain.
Right.
He's an antagonist in Snowfall, but he was the main character. But like at the same time,
what's his name? De Niro in Scarface.
Yeah. So like in this, I'm hoping that he can bring the same amount of like gravitas and like energy to if he were to play T'Challa Jr. But I don't know. There's something to me that doesn't quite sit right with this. If this is true, and again, we don't know exactly who he's playing.
Yeah.
I think everybody's kind of flying off the handle a little bit, and thinking immediately like he's gonna be T'Challa. We don't know.
True. Right? He could be some other completely.
Right. He could be in the movie, but it could be somebody that's just unrelated.
He could be Killmonger Jr. I think.
He could be a Chebe. He could be like, or I think that would be Denzel, but like he could be a lot of different characters in this. So while yes, it might logically point to that he's T'Challa, but like Hollywood is weird and they work differently, and he could have also to that point, it could have been that he just like started talking with them, right? Nothing is actually set in stone yet, right? He might still have to audition, right? So
he might be effing up, like all this attention right now might be effing up.
Right.
They might just drop him off of that, which is crazy.
This is just the rumor mill doing its thing. Right? There's a lot of questions there's a lot of answers that we don't. There's a lot of questions we don't have answers to, and a lot of people are just trying to say just because they feel like I'm talking the colloquial they, right? Everyone out there feels like he would be a really good T'Challa, and I don't disagree.
Junior.
Right, Junior. I don't disagree, but like it's still one of those things where we don't have enough information. So let's all just calm down and let's just see where this goes.
Yeah, hey, everybody, they might just cancel it. They might just cancel Black Panther, 3, whatever. They might just not do it. Like, you never know.
Like, stranger things have happened, right? Stranger things have happened, but at the same time,
stranger things have happened.
Let's just everybody just chill, right? Like,
it might just be all AI. Like the next Black Panther is gonna be all AI. In fact, we're getting Chadwick Boseman back.
No,
they're bringing him back. I heard they just he's AI now.
That man's name. Do not desecrate that man with this false image.
You don't think they'll do it?
It's Disney.
Somebody's doing
it. It's Disney.
I'm sure it exists right now.
They absolutely would do it. But getting back to the point, Hollywood's weird. No, it's fine. That's fine. Hollywood's weird. We don't have enough information. This is all hearsay. A lot of it is hearsay. And yes, maybe they just a rep from Marvel called his agent and said, "Hey, we think your boy would be a good fit to play X character in Black Panther 3." And the agent's like, "Of course I'm going to try to get him to audition because that's amazing and it's Marvel, and it's the biggest fucking movie studio in history. So why the fuck not? You're calling me, he's going to be there."
Like, if you get Black Panther, you're like set, bro. Like you're like you're that. I mean, it's also going to define you for the rest of your career, especially if you pull it off. But like, in a good way.
Dr. K, hey, Dr. K. Dr. K is like, Timothy Chalamet, it's breaking news, Timothy Chalamet will be the new Black Panther.
Stop it. Stop it.
We'll talk about
Stop it, yo. That is, in fact.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
Speak of the devil.
but yeah, so anyway, to answer your question, I don't think there's much, I don't think this means anything. I just think this is just, maybe they did start talking to him, but I don't even think he's auditioned yet. And who knows who the fuck he's playing. So that's what I gotta say about it. I'm just gonna see. It's just a wait and see for me.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, look, hey, real talk. That image of him, man. All I'm saying is like it. Look, people, we're hungry for the Black Panther, right? So look, let's not get it twisted. Like everybody is hungry for the next Black Panther. Like, I don't care what side you want. Like, everybody wants this to happen, right? So when we see his face, when we see this handsome, dark chocolate young man with this chiseled jaw, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just like, and he's got the nice curls going on. And we're like, yo, all right, like, fine, let's do it. Let's get it going, man. Like, we want T'Challa back, man.
Hey, listen, like, I think the closest thing we had to T'Challa already happened. Like, that's not Chadwick Boseman, already happened. I think Aldous Hodge and Black Adam as Hawkman, was like outside of the suit.
Yeah, 100%.
He was basically fucking Black Panther, dude.
He was. He had rich. He had that gold fresh.
He had
hold on, man. Let me pull
like the way he carried himself in that movie, like he was royalty. I'm like, oh shit, that's Black Panther. The way he's acting, he's basically channeling Black Panther right now, and I'm here for it.
Real shit, dude. And real talk, that he was like, when I saw that, I was like, yo, he's got to be like, we don't have a choice, right? We don't have a choice anymore. Like, this is it
now, and I'm like, well, shit. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe he shouldn't be shooting his shot here. Maybe he should have, like, I'm sure he probably tried to audition if he got the chance to, but like, come on. Like, I think that's the closest thing that we
Here we go.
Like a Black Panther-esque. Like, yeah, man.
Like this one right here, man. Like, he came with this
similar look. Hey. Look, the picture on the left. Look, come on.
Look at this, man. Like,
I'm saying though, like,
I was not doing like Wakanda forever. You know what I'm saying? I was back in. I was like, oh, You know what I'm saying? Wakanda you.
I feel like his portrayal. I feel like his portrayal in that movie in Black Adam was definitely channeling T'Challa. Definitely channeling.
Even with the tracksuit, I don't know, but I'm with it.
Like this tracksuit, the hairstyle, the tracksuit, the way he carried himself in general, outside of the Hawkman suit. Like, come on.
But real talk, man, that Hawkman fight was dope.
No, that was good. That was fine. But like,
he was a cool character. I would love to see more of him.
Aldous Hodge. I think he's an excellent actor. I don't know if you watched Cross.
Man, I still haven't finished it, but I got like halfway through and I was loving it.
Cross is great.
Yeah,
Cross is great. It's a great show.
Thank you.
It's a great show. So, yeah, I feel so. Damson Idris, cool. We'll see. I will say, kind of speaking on the side though, like, where are we at with Miles Morales? You know, like, where are we with this casting? Because there's a perfect kid out there. We all know who he is, but he's starting to age out of the role.
Yo.
Cool.
So
what up?
What's up, man?
What up, bro?
Yeah. All right, hey, everybody.
Hey, what bridge in here trigger pulling? You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, everybody, get ready for that Lots reunion mixtape coming 2026.
Hey.
Yeah.
You gonna drop that too early, man.
I know, just a little teaser, that's all. You know?
Saying the haters out there waiting.
Right. They've been asking us for it, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man,
the last
where we at, man?
2026.
My bad for being late, man. What y'all covering right now?
Oh man, just
we're talking about Damson Idris.
Here we go. I don't know if you saw this. I dropped the link in the chat like just a little bit ago, but yeah, man, this just in talks, rumors of being in Black Panther 3, potentially the young T'Challa Jr.
Yeah. Yeah, y'all know how I feel about Black Panther, man. They missed the opportunity with Killmonger, man. You know, I hate to keep harping on it, but you know,
she's dead.
I know, but they could have done something to bring him back. Everybody was excited when we saw Michael B in the second movie. Everybody was excited. That is true.
Saw him in the Jalia out there, and he was just
You know, I to be honest, as a fan, I'm not even sure.
If he came back as a ghost, I'd be happy.
I'm not even sure if I care so much about him, the actor playing him, because I'm still going to see the movie. But I hope he does well. I hope he does well as the Black Panther. Are they? So who is he? Who is this guy? My bad.
This is what I was just saying. Like, we don't know. We don't know shit.
Yeah. Is he like an unknown actor?
No, he's
Damson Idris? No. He's not unknown. He's not unknown. My bad. I thought you were talking about like who he is in Black Panther. I'm like,
like he's got a Frank was just telling about the show he had. It was on FX, right? Snowfall.
Yeah.
And that was a pretty popular show.
It's a very popular show.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I was saying, like we don't know anything right now. Like all these rumors, it's just a rumor mill kind of doing its thing, and there's a lot of information we just don't have at this point to just assume that he's got the role of Black Panther of all characters locked. Right, he could be playing someone fucking innocuous for all we know. So it's just, he could be in talks, but maybe he hasn't even auditioned yet, or maybe it's just agents talking to each other, or it's something where where someone's floating the name around, and we, it's just gotten back to him where he's like, oh shit, they're gonna call me soon, or I don't know, but like we don't know anything right now, and everybody's like, oh, he's gonna be. We don't fucking know. We don't know we know nothing. So let's everybody just calm down. And let's everybody just like wait and see.
I was just saying, man. Just look at this young. We're just so hungry for a young black, powerful actor to come in his role, man. Let's
go back to Aldous Hodge and Black Adam. Let's go back to that. He screamed more presence
Then
Damson Idris. Yes.
That guy was good in Black Adam, though. He was good.
Sorry, man. He was fresh as hell in this joint, man. Look at this, man. Look at this.
I thought he could have.
He's channeling T'Challa, dude. Come on.
He kind of carried the movie, really. I mean, as far as acting, he was better than The Rock. You know, I mean, The Rock is not. The greatest actor.
I think him and Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate were
true.
The movie. Pierce Brosnan did a great job as Dr. Fate in the movie.
You know, fellas, man, dare I say, because, you know, we're all marks and we're fans, but has the age of the comic book movie passed the general public by, man? Like, is there the same excitement level for these movies as there was? You know, are we holding on to a days of bygone past where, you know, these Avengers movies were coming out and the first Black Panther, remember the hype and the buzz around the first Black Panther, you know? Like, do you think this Black Panther 3 will have that same hype as the first one, you know?
Yes.
No.
I don't know. I don't know if it will, Juice. I don't know.
No.
Because, I mean, you had people who never saw a Marvel movie. My sister thought that was the first time Black Panther was ever on screen. I'm like, bro, you didn't see Civil War? You know? Like, okay, he was there. He was already there. You know, we had already known who he was, you know? So they had people that weren't even fans of the genre going to see that movie, you know, because he was so famous. But I'm excited. I want to see it.
Wait, because who was famous? Chadwick Boseman?
Well, because Black Panther was famous. So you know the famousness around the first Black superhero, and even though he wasn't the first Black superhero, I mean Sam Wilson was there, right? So you know we can't forget about him. I know, Frank. I know, I know, but he still counted. He still counted, Frank. He did. He counted.
I guess.
What was this reaction?
Did you guys do the Thunderbolts review already?
No, not yet. We waiting on you.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, he still counts. Sam Wilson was there. He was a member of the team.
What about Rhodey? Rhodey was there.
Even Rhodey, yeah, Rhodey counts. Yeah,
way before those two. Don't you fucking dare say Rhodey doesn't count.
Both of them.
I think the hype was just because, you know, Wakanda. He was Africa based, and you know, I mean, Umar Johnson was talking about Black Panther, the first movie. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell did Umar Johnson got to do with Marvel?
He was just worried there's gonna be some snow bunnies in the movie.
Yeah. That dude hates snow bunnies, man. He hates that shit, dog.
I don't want to jump topics. Everybody.
Yeah. Don't do not let Umar Johnson catch you with a snow bunny, man.
But no, Frank, you were saying something about the live action Miles Morales.
Yeah, I'm kind of like where we have the perfect kid out there.
Who are we talking about?
Miles Brown. You know, you ever watch Blackish?
Yes.
You know Jack, the twin.
Yeah.
Him? Yes, dude.
I mean, I haven't seen him in a while. Last time I seen him, he was little. I haven't seen Blackish in a minute.
He's grown. He's slowly aging out of the role, but like,
what's his name?
Miles Brown. His name is fucking Miles, dude. Like, he is like that's your Miles Morales. But like, surprisingly, I don't know why, but people. Oh yeah,
okay, I do remember this image.
People think the kid from Stranger Things. The kid from Stranger Things is the best choice, and I'm like, why?
Stranger Things. Even he's old, man. I think for Miles, you got to pull somebody fresh. If you're gonna do Miles, first off, you got to kill Peter. Then
you don't have to kill Peter.
No, you do.
Yeah, you do.
You do.
No, it could be like an alternate universe. I mean, they're setting up stuff right now.
That's exactly what it is.
Literally what it was.
That's exactly what it is.
Well, right. You know what I mean? But you don't have to kill him. You could just
you do.
You could go to a universe where
I would love to see the people's reaction when they find out that what's his name gotta die.
Because if you kill Peter, you're automatically gonna have people hating on Miles just for that. Because you killed the original.
Miles,
you know what I mean?
Miles is
he comes
famous
back later.
On his own. Miles is famous on his own, and he exists.
Just make him. Yeah, but he's famous as Spider-Man 2. He's not really the first. When you think of Spider-Man, you don't think of Miles first before Peter. You don't. I do. No, nobody does, bro. Stop.
No,
come on.
You don't.
Stop. Miles Morales was not in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, bro. There was no Miles Morales there. That movie was a cultural phenomenon, man. But before that first Spider-Man,
that's true. I get it.
Before that first Spider-Man, all we had was Blade, and like that first Spider-Man was like
Maguire.
So you're saying Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse are not cultural phenomenons themselves?
Oh, of course, yeah. But that's more because of the art style than the fact that Miles Morales is famous, in my opinion.
Not just because of the art style, it's because of the storytelling.
The storytelling too, yeah.
Because of the character.
Mm-hmm.
But my point to this is that Miles is, when you say Spider-Man, sure, people think of Peter, but it's just because he came first.
Yeah, that's exactly.
When you say Spider-Man, if both Peter and Miles are standing right in front of you, and you say Spider-Man, they'll both look at you because they're both Spider-Man. Like, they're both Spider-Man. They both deserve the name of Spider-Man, and they not acknowledge that with each other. So Miles.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. I just say, like, killing Peter, like, you'd have to do it like off screen. You'd have to explain it off screen.
No, that's how the story works.
It has to be.
He died in a spectacular way in the comics.
I got it. If you need to read it, it's worth the read.
I get it, but comics don't always translate directly to the screen verbatim.
It's not going to be
as
exactly,
it should.
It's not going to be exactly.
I don't think killing Peter on screen is going to be a good idea to set Miles Morales up for success.
Haven't we done it before?
They did this Into the Spider-Verse.
They literally just killed him.
That was an animated movie. We're talking about a live action.
No,
you're going to have a lot more people that are interested in live actions than animated. In my opinion, I don't think animated movies are as popular amongst the grown-ups, right? Once a lot of grown-ups hear that it's animated, they kind of tune out. Like, Into the Spider-Verse was popular because you could take your kids to see it, and it had the benefit of being a great movie with a great story and great characters, so everybody loved it. But yeah, I mean,
no, I'm talking about Endgame. Like, they killed him in Endgame.
Infinity War. Yeah.
I mean, Infinity War. Sorry, Infinity War.
Who was that? Spider-Man.
Yeah,
but we all knew he was coming back. That didn't count.
Did we know?
We all knew. You know why? Because they killed Black Panther in the same one, and we knew he was coming back. We knew that shit.
I don't know.
We knew he was coming back.
We didn't know that.
I don't know. I think.
I'm just saying, they did it before. They can do it again.
I think it was kind of a question mark.
And they do.
Right up until Cap was by himself, and I'm like, okay, something's gotta happen now, because ain't no fucking way.
You right, though, because Cap was by himself. I was like, it's been a good fight.
Cap was willing. He was like, I'm gonna go. It's like I'll be the last man standing. I will go down. And I'm like, come on, though, come on.
Hey, Cap, it's been a good fight, Cap. You put up a good fight, man. But it's over. Yeah, you're right. Something had to happen at that point. You're like, oh shit, this ain't looking good. His shield was broken by then and everything.
Yo, that part to me where he restraps his broken shield, and he's about to walk up. That part to me was almost as impactful as when he picks up Mjolnir, because that was like so symbolic of him as a character. Just, I can do this all day, right? Just a kid from Brooklyn. I could do this all day. I'm the last man standing. I'm going to go down fighting. I'm going to take out as many of you motherfuckers as possible. Like, that's Cap, man. That's Cap. Steve Rogers.
That's the heart right there.
That's Steve Rogers. That's
what I mean, man. Like, has the excitement died down?
Like in that moment. Sorry. Never mind.
No, go ahead. What are you about to say?
What you gonna fucking say? Yo, you know what? Why is it that the first fucking person that he hears from the radio is that other motherfucker? Like, oh my god, damn it! Of all people, him.
Frank has this love-hate relationship with Sam Wilson, bro.
Love-hate.
This is hate.
When did all this start, Frank? I don't get it. When did all this start?
The second Cap gave him the shield instead of Bucky. That's when it started.
Man, Bucky became a politician, son.
That is the moment that it started. That's the moment.
Yeah.
I didn't mind Sam at all. I thought Sam fit perfectly as a secondary supporting character. He could have played that role till whenever.
So what about in Falcon and Winter Soldier when he donated it to the museum? Like he knew he wasn't fit to wield it. He didn't have the strength. He didn't have any serum. So he donated it, but then he thought like, Cap entrusted me with this. I have to get it back. You know.
Hey, remember who encouraged him? Because they knew Cap was right.
Good. No.
Bucky.
Good. No. Good.
Bucky was like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
Sam finally came to his senses.
He chose you for a reason.
Sam finally came to his senses.
He sees your
in that
heart,
moment.
son.
Sam finally came to his senses in that moment. He came to his senses. He's like, I don't deserve this. I'm just a fucking dude. That's fucking right, dude.
Come on,
he that's why he donated to the museum.
He was wrong in canon, right? He's wrong.
No, Sam realized that Steve was wrong to give him the shield. He should have given it to the other guy.
Look, all I know is one of them beat a Hulk so far.
Ugh. God.
Like, I hang that one up. That one's gonna go right up there.
You're holding on to that one. Ugh.
Frank, have you seen Ballerina?
Yes, I saw it twice actually.
Was it good? Okay, you saw it twice, so it must have been good.
Ballerina was solid. I actually have a story though.
I might go check it out tomorrow. I was meaning to go last week, and I just didn't go, but I gotta go see it, man.
Yeah, I saw it twice. The reason I saw it twice was the main reason why I saw it twice is because I had a interesting experience watching it the first time. Had to get somebody kicked out of the theater.
Oh damn. Yeah. So you missed a lot, man.
It's a bit of a story. I missed a lot of that movie. So
are there a lot of kick-ass moments like in the first couple Wick?
It's solid. It's a solid entry. It's not as good as any of the John Wick films, obviously.
Yeah.
But the action and the story is serviceable. It's like a little more than serviceable, but John Wick stories aren't like great.
Yeah, they're not yet.
We watch them for the action. We don't really watch it for
strictly for the set pieces and the action.
But even still, the story in John Wick got more and more broad, more and more robust as it went. Mm-hmm. But Ballerina's story, had a good setup. It explained a lot about her and her character. But the action scenes were really good.
Yeah,
really, really good. Especially when he shows up. Spoilers. It's not a spoiler. It was in the previews, but when he
I did hear he was gonna show up.
When he shows up, I'm like, oh shit, okay.
So is it like a cameo? Is it like a sustained appearance, or does he just like kind of flash by in the background, like it's him, but
you see him throughout the movie. And
then
and then at the end of the movie, he's there. He's pretty much there till the very end. Like he shows up in Act 3, and there's an obvious fight between the two of them, and they didn't punk him at all. Like they show that he's clearly more experienced than she is.
Right.
So
because that wouldn't have flew with the John Wick fans. You can't let her out.
There's no way. This is the Baba Yaga. This is the boogeyman. Right. There's no fucking way that this rookie is gonna
outshine John Wick.
Right, but they clearly show that he's just like leaps and bounds ahead of her, but from there they kind of fight to a standstill, and then he is present throughout the rest of the movie right up until the end. So
all right, I'm gonna go check it out.
So it's a sustained appearance by him at the end of the movie, but you see him throughout the movie.
No, that thing's been out for like 2 weeks now, man. I just haven't gone, man. I haven't gone to see it.
Yeah, but anyway.
Mm-hmm.
How we got on a John Wick,
just random movies. You guys excited for Superman? July 11th, right?
I am.
Yeah. Was that 2-3 weeks? 2 weeks?
I just haven't seen that trailer that does it for me yet.
There's a new
me neither, Juice.
There's a new trailer?
There's a new trailer that got released last week.
Okay, I haven't seen that one yet.
So I heard that
early tickets went on sale. It was when early tickets went on sale. They released a new trailer for it.
I heard that James Gunn said that I saw on Instagram that he removed that scene of Superman flying where his face was funny. You know what I'm talking about? Like his like eyes were like crooked or something. Like there's a shot in the trailer where he's flying and he twists his way through some mountains and they zoom in on Superman's face. I don't know the actor's name. And like his eyes were kind of like, if you look at it, his eyes just look funny. You know what I mean? So apparently I guess they're removing scenes or something. James Gunn said they removed that scene. So
entire scene? Damn.
I don't know if it's the entire scene. Maybe it's just a close up on his face. You know?
AI.
Yeah, I'm excited for it though. I want to see
The
it.
AI, that shit. That's what I was all wonky.
The problem is, it's such a high bar, man. Because Man of Steel is still one of the best superhero movies. Like, it's such a high bar to meet.
Awesome.
I mean, I'm expecting something sort of like Guardians of the Galaxy with Superman and DC characters, but we'll see.
I hope not. Like, I have a feeling that would be a bad move.
Yeah. So you want a more serious toned movie?
Not necessarily serious, but it can't be like Guardians of the Galaxy is borderline downright goofy.
Like silly, yeah.
Like,
but it was awesome though. It was a good experience.
It was one of my favorites. One of my favorites of the movies.
I was laughing. The action scenes were cool.
Borderline like cartoony moments in that shit.
Well, look,
he's literally dancing with the nigga.
Like group.
For all of Man of Steel's strengths, I still don't think Henry Cavill was a accurate. He did not portray Superman accurately. Like, yes, he was serious. He had the physical presence, sure, but acting wise, personality wise, that's not Superman.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this tone, it's kind of like a little corny, but still can be serious when it needs to be. Like, especially when he's in those real hero saving moments. I feel like they're gonna get Superman really correct here, and that's what I'm really looking forward to seeing.
I hope so.
Because again, Henry Cavill, for all his strengths, not an accurate Superman, but he was a good Superman. I
thought Henry Cavill played a good Superman, but just not a good Clark Kent. Like, his Clark Kent was way too. He didn't have to be overly goofy or like, how Clark Kent's all clumsy and trips up. He didn't have to do that, but Clark also wasn't as serious. He wasn't like as ditzy as Clark pretended to be. I don't know. I don't know. Just that all the iterations of Clark. He didn't have to go full.
I don't actually remember. Like, Henry Cavill was like, his Clark was like super clumsy.
No,
not Henry Cavill, but who's the guy who played the first Superman? Christopher Reeves. Yeah. He was. That's not necessarily the portrayal I was looking for. Was like the clumsy Clark Kent, but.
Well, my main reference for Clark Kent is actually from the animated shows. Like, I never read any I guess I read some, but not like consistently read any Superman comic books.
Mm-hmm.
So like the animated series is my reference for how Clark Kent behaves around Lois and when he's like doing his stuff before he flips to Superman in 15 seconds after we see him.
Even the animated series didn't quite get it right. Like, the way Christopher Reeve did it is the way to play Clark Kent. Like, kind of goofy, bumbling, really clumsy, tripping over things. But you got to understand that every time in the comics, at least, every time Clark did that, it's intentional. It's all intentional.
Oh yeah.
It's all to throw people off of his scent.
Yeah, he's Superman. Like, of course, he's not clumsy.
Like, he's not.
He tripped over a book to block a bullet.
He's extremely coordinated. Did you guys ever read All-Star Superman?
I saw the movie.
Watched the movie?
Yeah, I did see the movie. That shit was awesome.
Okay, so
I hated the ending. I was like, "What the fuck?"
All-Star Superman. It still goes down in comics as one of the best Superman stories ever written. Probably the best Superman story ever written.
Yeah.
But All-Star Superman. Do you remember the part with Parasite?
Yes.
In the jail, when he was Clark Kent, and he was trying to escape jail with Lex.
Yep.
And Parasite was running loose because Parasite sensed
it's been a while.
Superman's power, and he wanted that power, but he couldn't. He didn't know that Clark was Superman, but he's just like, oh,
he just knew the shit was there. Yeah,
he's swelling up. He's like, I need whatever that energy source is. I need it. And you saw the entire time, right, that Clark, while was interviewing Lex, and was still doing the clumsiest shit, and getting Lex out, and at the same time hiding his secret.
Saving everyone, yeah.
Like, yo, it was so well done, but again, super intentional and precise. With the way he carries himself. So, to Christopher Reeve's credit, he did that part correct. So I think the animated series did it a little too cool with Clark. A little bumbling at times, but not like it should have been a little more over the top, like Christopher Reeve and the comics.
Have you watching the new animated series?
My Adventures with Superman?
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't watch.
I watched the
finish
first 3
last season.
episodes.
I'll
Now that's a
great.
show. That's a show that gets Superman right.
Really? Okay.
Also,
so that's what you think.
Also, have you watched what the
I
fuck
do.
is the
I
show
do
called?
enjoy that show. Huh?
What is it? What is the show called that just ended? Is it Superman and Lois?
Oh,
The
I'm
one
not
on
sure.
CW? The one on CW that just ended?
probably.
I think it's Superman and Lois. Near perfect portrayal of Superman.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, the CW knocked it out of the park with that show. And I know it's a CW show, but the CW did also have The Flash, which was one of the best shows on TV for the first couple of seasons. But like, oh my God, like watch My Adventures with Superman and watch Superman and Lois. Like, holy shit, that's Superman. You want your blueprint for Superman? That right there. Those 2 shows. Blueprint for Superman.
My reference for Superman is definitely the Christopher Reeves movies because that's what first Superman content I ever remember watching was Richard Pryor and Christopher Reeves or Nuclear Man and Christopher Reeves, you know, so like those were my first, even before the animated, so like that was my reference.
Mm-hmm.
But the quest for peace.
You know, I'm open to new interpretations. I liked Zack Snyder and Henry Cavill's interpretation of Superman. Like I thought it was cool.
Like I enjoyed that Superman. I enjoyed
too.
Superman. I don't really remember his Clark Kent much, so you know maybe that's the issue. But like his Superman was on point.
There was almost no difference. With
it wasn't. He was like Superman, just dressed as Clark. Like he was on point. There was no clumsiness. There was no throwing you off his scent.
Again,
you know, he just had some glasses on.
Yeah, too cool.
And I guess that wasn't the point, right? Because it was BVS and it was Man of Steel. It was, I guess he wasn't supposed to be silly, you know. But it was none of that. There was none of that in there. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm excited though. We'll see. We'll see, man. We got 2 weeks. 2 weeks, and we'll be there.
Yep, going to that. I'm going to that.
I know. I am excited, Frank. I am excited, man.
Ooh,
shit.
Boy.
Are you guys going to see Jurassic Park? Did that come out yesterday?
Next week, right?
No, it's next week.
Yeah. Okay.
Nah, yeah. Me and Dr. K gonna go see that joint like ASAP. Mm-hmm. That's all she's thinking about.
Yeah. I want to see it too. Looks all right. Yeah. And I'm a Scarlett Johansson fan. I think she has enough star power with me. I'll go see her movies. I'll go see her projects.
See, that's the complete opposite over here.
Mm-hmm. Seriously, you don't like Scarlett Johansson?
I mean, to me, I don't care, but you know, Doc is like.
I like her. I think she can act. I think she can actually act.
Sort of. Speaking of which, you guys want to talk about the Thunderbolts? Because there was a character from Black Widow in that was kind of a travesty.
One thing I can say I appreciate about Thunderbolts is they built off of what had came before. Finally, this Marvel phase of movies, we have context and reference for information that came before. You know what I mean? So like, it matters. What happened before matters. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's important when trying to build a superhero franchise and a movie. Like you have to make me care about seeing the next movie because of what happened in this movie, you know? And whatever you think about Thunderbolts, I want to see the next Marvel movie because of what happened in Thunderbolts. I want to know what happens next, you know?
Yeah.
I guess spoiler alert, when that Fantastic Four ship is flying in, what the hell's going on? I want to know. What the hell's happening?
That's the fucking question, dude.
Right. Because you knew
I have so many questions.
You knew Fantastic Four wasn't going to stay in that old school style, like 1950s style, where the dress, and so there had to be some way to bring them to the present moment.
Because their world got destroyed and incursions are happening, so they got to come and fuck these people shit up so their work can survive.
Yeah,
I don't know if y'all noticed, but that's what's about to happen.
Yo, that would be so. If that was the case, that would be wild, right? Like that they had no choice but to leave. To travel through time,
save the world.
To go to the future, though, but like to go to the future to save the world.
The future and alternate reality.
Alternate. Because remember, what's your name is still out and wherever. I'm thinking this. I think these are like three different. So we have 3 different universes. Spectrum is out there somewhere else.
Yes.
With the X-Men, and the Fantastic World is over here. And then we got the main one that we're Thunderbolts, and I'm thinking we got 3 so far that are like solid.
That's very possible. I like that. I like that idea. because that would be a decent way to tie everything together. You know,
Yeah.
if we could somehow like kind of like tighten the thread with Spectrum and the X-Men a little bit, find a way to bring them back into the fold too. That would be a really good way to tie everybody back together.
Mm-hmm.
And then everybody could coexist under 616 and just.
I don't even know how
Mighty
Marvel.
Avengers, Sam Wilson.
I don't know how Marvel lost their way so bad.
New Avengers.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't count them as Avengers.
That's just what's funny though. Yo, hey, one of my favorite characters was definitely Patriot, Red Guardian.
Yeah, Red Guardian's dope. Yeah,
Red Guardian. Yeah, he was my that guy had me. I was locked in with him the whole time, man.
Although in this movie and in Black Widow, they never gave him his signature hero moment to me. You know, like I wanted, because he kept saying how he's this big famous hero, and I wanted him to have a moment where, like,
when she left, that was a dad moment. Like that was his hero moment.
I wanted him to have a kick-ass moment, like John Walker was badass in this movie to me. I don't see a John Walker movie by itself. A dark Captain America.
He was the worst to me.
I really liked John Walker in this movie because
I did too.
Because he had
man, okay.
He had depth in this movie. Finally, right?
He was just a dick the whole time.
He was a dick, but that's the point.
The whole time, but was he?
Because we know Captain's not a dick.
He was definitely a dick the entire time.
He, like,
it's crazy because
were his intentions, more
falsehood out of insecurity. Yeah.
No, it's crazy because I buy him more as Captain America than Sam Wilson. Like, he's more Captain America than Sam is.
I didn't say that.
Let's do it.
I mean, to me, I'm not talking about as far as heart. I'm not talking about as far as heart, but I'm talking about the ability to carry. Yeah. I'm talking about the ability to wield the shield and to. I like how his shield was all scarred up. Like, this is a different Cap when you see him holding a firearm. It's a different Cap because Cap doesn't use guns. So, like, right there, this is a Captain America that's willing to get down and dirty. Like, he'll do some underhanded, sneaky shit.
That's literally not the Captain America. Like,
it makes you respect him as much as Captain America because he's dangerous.
That's Taskmaster.
Nobody fears Sam Wilson. Sam Wilson just a guy with mechanical wings.
Get us scared of Sam Wilson. Everybody, when they found out he took out the Red Hulk. But
he did take out the Red Hulk. He did.
Let him cook. Let him cook. Let him keep.
Yeah, he did take out the Red Hulk. But Sam is just a guy with wings, man. John Walker was actually dangerous.
Brain and wings.
He's a dark Captain America. You know what I mean? Like, I'll totally see a John Walker movie. Or based off of Thunderbolts, if you give me that John Walker and his own solo movie, I'm all in. I want to see it.
Hold on. So what about So that's wild to me because like he was, I guess, next to Ghost, who was like she was
dope.
She was dope as far as her abilities, but her presence wasn't really memorable. Like she didn't have any. She was kind of there, right?
Right.
I kind of agree with you. I think I really liked her redesign.
Yeah.
And I liked her. I liked the way they made her use her abilities in certain ways.
Yeah, me too. That first fight scene, was off the hook.
Yeah, she was just kind of there, but I also feel like she was overshadowed. A lot of the people were overshadowed by Black Widow, the new Black Widow.
Yes,
she was the best character in the whole.
She was highlighted. Yeah, 100%.
She was the best character in the whole movie by far.
100%.
You know, like
she was cool in the Black Widow movie.
She stole the movie. She stole that movie too. But she was the best character in the whole movie. Yelena, she was the best character in the whole movie. And then I'll give it to John Walker, Red Guardian. I'll even give it to Sentry, Bob.
I'm not giving it to John Walker, but Bob was great.
Bob was awesome.
Let me find out. You feel the same way about John Walker that Frank feels about Sam. Let me find out, man. Why you hate John Walker?
Because he's a bitch. What are you talking about?
I mean, I know he doesn't embody.
He was doom scrolling. While his son's crying, and he got mad at his wife. Like, I'm sorry, I'm a dad.
I think that's what makes him appealing is because he's a troubled Captain. He's a troubled man with all of Captain America's abilities. You know what I mean?
Exactly why he failed.
He's dangerous. That's what it makes you respect him because he's dangerous.
But make him a dangerous dick.
Well, listen. I would say that this team was super soldier heavy.
True.
You had 3 super soldiers on that team, right? No, 4. You had 4 super soldiers on that team. You had Red Guardian, Winter Soldier, John Walker, and Sentry. Right?
Sentry's okay.
Sentry turned into Sentry because it was a failed super soldier serum that the U.S. tried to make, and it had the unfortunate side effect of not only making him Superman, but also creating the Void as well.
That shit is crazy that came from an experiment.
Yeah, but they have 4.
Like they were like, we're trying to make Captain America, and they fucking made
Superman.
Fucking
they made Superman.
Not just Superman, they made a goddamn Nosferatu ass. Like,
yeah, that was wild.
He was sucking people into the void. Like, that shit was crazy.
That shit was crazy. I thought the ending of the movie was kind of lackluster. It was kind of like not as dramatic and as many fireworks as I wanted. The lady, the main bad guy lady, the whole yeah, she was cool. I liked her. I thought she had some presence. When I first saw her, I was like, okay, like what the hell is going on here? But the way she carried the role,
like smallest increments.
Yeah, the way she carried the role, I respected her at the end.
That's part of the narrative. This is the most that we've seen her.
She was sinister as hell, but like she was manipulative, sinister, and I guess she improvised well, but
she did improvise.
She got on my nerves, man. I was like, all right, Bob, you can do it. It's fine.
You know,
like, I was like, Bob, you can just.
D, you were saying you didn't like the ending of the movie. You're talking about the finale, like with the
like where Sentry is making all the people like go into the void, and you're like, okay, and plus, I think at that moment I was also tainted because Red Guardian never had his signature moment. I was waiting. I waited all Black Widow movie for him to have his signature moment. I waited all this movie, and it just never came. I wanted him to have his signature superhero moment where he saves the day. He helps. I don't think he ever had that moment.
Right?
So
he's gonna have to die when that happens.
Yeah, that would have been noble. It would have been a noble sacrifice. It would have made me respect his character.
That'll happen in time.
Because he keeps talking about how cool he is. He did it in Black Widow. Oh, I'm so cool. I used to be a great hero, and He did it in this movie, and we never saw it.
There's that point.
I loved him.
There's that point. Oh, I did too. There's that point though. You have to understand he is like a fading like hero, like a fading to the background super soldier. His heyday is over, right? Like if he tries to go and do something stupid, like a hero moment, he's gonna die.
That's it. That's it for him.
Hold on, Frank. He is more capable than Sam Wilson.
He will get a hero moment and a noble sacrifice at once.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
And it'll be fine when it happens. We'll accept it.
It'll be fine because we love the character. It'll be fine because we love the character. But thinking about it, I don't think they're gonna make him do that until it's like a really pivotal moment where something's gotta give.
So just love him while we have him, D.
And it just dawned on me too. That you're right. He probably will die when that moment comes because they did that on purpose. He
definitely will die.
He probably will die. Yeah, damn man.
He's not going to be in Avengers 4.
I don't want him to die. You know what I'm saying? I just want him to kick some ass.
He will see just enough of the new team of Avengers to know that he contributed.
On a little bit of a more serious note, I don't think he had enough. I don't think he had enough as a character to be the heart of the team. I think the heart of the team was Yelena.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, right? 100%. Yeah.
So I feel like if anything were to happen, if there was a hero moment and she were to be the one to do it in the midst of everyone and everything happening, that would be more impactful than him. Right?
Yeah, but I just wanted him to have his moment. Just even off the last movie, because in Black Widow he kept saying the same thing. I was such a great hero, and I just wanted to see what he could do. Like I fear John Walker way more than I fear the Red Guardian.
He was past tense.
That's the problem. That's supposed to. But yo, like real talk, like
John Walker's a lunatic, man, with Captain America's powers, bro. Yeah. It's fucking dangerous, man. You gotta respect it, Juice.
He was dangerous. He was dangerous. He was unhinged. Yeah. He was unhinged, but he was dangerous.
He ain't beating Sam. Sorry. Ain't having him.
What? Oh,
hey, say, dude. Why you gotta get Frank started? Why you gotta do that?
What?
Let's do it.
What?
Son, he's not beating Look, if he's not beating vibranium,
No, hold on. Just say it.
wings,
Well, he's not beating what?
power suit, Sam. He's not. He ain't doing it. Sam will take this thing into space and drop him. Like that's it.
It's a
Easy.
what?
He'll have to get. He'll have to get him into space
It's
first.
a space.
Yeah, no, not
You think
space,
Sam
but
can travel into
fine,
space?
you don't have to. You don't have to drop a super soldier from space, but he'll drop his ass from the fucking upper atmosphere.
Red Guardian's gonna break his neck
surviving that
before he even gets there. Like,
How? We can't even touch his. Hey, anyway, all right, sorry, off topic. What I really wanted to talk about was, all right,
I don't even think you believe that.
that debate. No, I believe it. I believe 100%. But like that debate is gonna go so far off. Anyway,
It always does.
what I want to talk about was Elena, right? So Elena and Bob, they're like they fed the way they fed off of each other, the way she saw him for his flaws. I feel like that was probably one of the that kind of made the movie for me when they talked about like when she had that moment with him and she talked about the darkness and the void, right? That she felt, and then how he like. We saw like a bit of him like care.
Memories.
Well, yeah, but like we saw a bit of him like start caring because he didn't really give a fuck. He was just like, I don't know what's going on, but it's fine either way. He started actually kind of caring about himself because of her like his ability to relate to her or her ability to relate to him really. Well, and like I saw that I thought that was like really cool, you know.
I think the reason or another reason why that was such a big deal, and I agree with you. I also want to talk about like that ending. I think that ending was great. I think
me
the
too.
Finale was awesome because Marvel. Oh my God, they dared to do something different, and it worked. Right? They made mental health the villain in this movie. Right?
Yes, that's true. That's exactly what this was.
Villain in this movie.
This is depression, D.
Everybody's got the shit. Everybody's going through it. Everybody can relate to it, right? Every single person can relate to anything that they portrayed in the different rooms. Something you can take from it, right? Oh my God, Marvel fucking did something high concept and it fucking worked, right? Dare to be different. Holy shit! I never thought I'd see the day that Marvel, this fucking cookie cutter corporate ass company, would do something like this creative. So I really enjoyed that. But I will say that I think the fact that she was caring about him, that she cared about him, which is why he started to notice her and he started to care more about himself.
Yep.
He started to understand. He started to understand himself. He didn't start to feel so alone, right? Because, like you said, he saw her and she saw him. She saw him for who he was. She saw him as like this outcast, someone who's lost, someone who needed a helping hand, someone who needed somebody to just be there to talk to him, to tell him like, hey, things are gonna be okay. We'll all get through this. Just
and on the flip side,
and let's go.
And on the other side of that also when she was looking for opportunity to be more than just the assassin she was. That's her hero moment, and her heroism, whatever, started manifesting when she saw this guy. They didn't know what he was doing there in that death room, and he didn't know what he was doing there. But she knew she needed to help him.
She needed to find him.
She saw that he was an innocent.
Yep.
And that regardless of whatever, how much of a dick, what's his name was, she still had to help this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact
when everybody else was out trying to kill each other.
The fact that she also like sacrificed herself to get in there, to succumb to the void, to get in there, to find him and to pull him out and ask everybody to come along and find her so they can all help pull him out. That's like holy
leadership.
Shit psychology. That's like yes, it's an example of a true leader.
She should get the shield for that.
Sure.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Sure.
Okay, sorry. But like, yeah,
but
that's what I'm saying. Like, that's
not give it away all willy-nilly to Sam Wilson. Yeah, she should get the shield.
I'm not saying though that she would do a great job with the shield because.
Well, me neither. I'm just saying
as a symbol,
this is shield quality behavior.
Sure.
Apparently, Cap's just giving it to whoever. So yeah, she can have the shield. You know, sure. Cap's just handing out shields like it's like popcorn.
Didn't sacrifice himself to go up and help.
John Walker removed by
Bucky.
2 degrees.
Bucky was like, we got to get the fuck up out of here, guys. Bucky was literally about to be like, yo, we got to go. Like, I don't know. Guys, I think we lost him. We should probably get the fuck up out of here.
Sam, by 2 degrees of separation, Sam actually gave the shield to John Walker. By 2 degrees of separation, Sam passed it to the government passed it to John Walker.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like, I also didn't think Bucky had a signature moment in this movie, and just as far as for the ending, like, with mental health and Marvel doing something different, I can respect that. Like, we want to see something different, but I mean, if I want to go, and this is my opinion, if I want to go see a movie with now comic book superhero movies are different, right? We don't go to see issues with mental health and with real world problems in superhero movies. Those are like a different, like, the thing that draws people to superhero movies, to me, in my opinion, is the action. It's the set pieces. Mm-hmm. It's the heroes. So, like, yes, they try to tackle mental health, but was that the point? We wanted to see a cool set piece at the end. You know what I mean? Like, so that's where my lackluster ending kind of came in a little bit. I just thought they didn't go hard enough. And at that point, Bucky didn't have his signature moment. You know what made Avengers work so well? Because everybody had a signature moment in that movie. Everybody had a signature moment. Cap went off. He's saving a library full of people. Tony flew the nuke into the wormhole. Black Widow's up there putting the thing down to close the portal. Everybody's doing something, And, like, in this movie, just nobody was, like, everybody was just there. Like, the only one that mattered at the end was Yelena, like, because she was with the guys. So, like, Red Guardian, what did he do at the end of this movie, He didn't do anything that contributed to saving the day,
Look, if it's about mental health, right? He provided what she needed to help the hero. I mean, to help the Void.
I'll say that. Yeah, he was there for her. Red Guardian was support for her.
He gave her the support she needed to do that.
He was,
right. Yeah. So in a way, like that, indirectly, 2 degrees of separation. That was him. That was his moment. Him being a father. Him supporting her. Like, I
want to see him kick some ass in a.
I know. But like going back to that too, like
show up. He was the first one to show up after she made her way to that room. So yeah.
True. Hey,
to me, the best action scene. Probably the best action scene in this entire movie was that first fight. With John Walker and her.
Incredible. That shit
was awesome. When I first saw that fight, I was like, man, Marvel might be back, bro.
Because when they're fighting Bob in the room, that was dope.
I will say,
when they were fighting Bob in the room,
I will say, look, you were looking for a hero moment. I think they all had their hero moment when they had the fucking balls to take on Sentry. And realized
like, what the fuck are y'all gonna do?
That they were
he was ashing people. He was like ashing people. I didn't know what was happening. When he asked that little girl, I was like
shadowing people. Yeah,
I was like, oh, are we? Wait, what just happened? I was like, did we just flip? Is this rated R? I was like, yeah, wait. Well, are we getting ripped?
Fucking ass the little girl.
You dusting
children,
adolescents. That's crazy.
And babies in baby carriages and shit.
Yeah, you just nuking like. That was crazy. And Red Guard just saved her and shit. And I was like, no.
She's gone.
That was crazy. I'm so glad everybody came back at the end.
One character I'm excited to follow from this movie is John Walker. I hate to say it. To me, he's probably one of the more intriguing members of the whole team. Like, where does John?
You'd be disappointed, dude. Like, he's just a cranky guy.
I'm not expecting much depth from him, Juice, but he's dangerous. He's a wild card. You don't know. He's the question mark. Like, he's a dark Captain America. You know what I mean? Like, he has all the abilities of Cap, but with a twisted, mental side to him. So that just, I don't know. To me, it just makes him the most intriguing.
Shit. Like, so does Wolverine
and Yelena,
and a healing factor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, Like that's not anyway. So like you were saying though, like I just wanted to say something to what you said before about like, you know, when we go see a superhero movie, you know, most people go to see the final piece and the
Well, not
the
yeah,
action
that,
and
that counts,
all that
but
stuff.
yeah,
Like you're
you
right.
build
That's
up to
why
that moment.
people go 100%. That's how you get people in the seats, you know, because everybody's looking at that. But like, what makes it a superhero movie is the fact it's not a John Wick movie, right? What makes it a superhero movie is that like these guys are aspiring to do great things for the sake of doing good things for people.
And in some cases,
so it's not the great
violently.
things they do; it's the aspiration to do the great things. I want to
Yeah.
see them do those great things on the screen.
And when they do them,
The
and they do them,
violent.
right?
Sometimes
the great things don't have to be violent.
They don't have to be violent.
Violently.
Like, and that's literally what
It's a
comic books
superhero
are about.
movie. You
Like
have
for
powers.
me, this movie felt
So?
very comic booky.
when
This
you
movie
give a
to me
person
felt
super
very
strength,
comic booky.
when you give a guy super strength, am I going to see him calmly talk to somebody in the moment, or am I going to see him beat somebody's ass? If it's a superhero movie,
It depends on who
me,
you're talking
I
to.
want to see him in action. I want to see him use his powers.
They
I don't
did
want to see him
punch
use
Sentry.
his brain.
There's greater,
It didn't work.
There's
He didn't get the serum shot in his brain. You know what I mean?
punched Sentry a lot. It didn't work
No,
Not at all.
at all.
Not at
Remember,
all.
you
maybe
They
they should have had John Walker go rogue and like have him versus Red Guardian. You know.
D.
And like have Red Guardian like die to John Walker in the moment because you said Red Guardian's gonna die.
Want to
Anyway.
see. Oh, yeah, but nobody wants to see just violence for violence sake.
D.
That's not a superhero movie. That's a John
Right.
Wick movie, right?
There's greater strength.
I don't know. I think there's a fine
Then
line.
we want headshots. Right?
Iron
then we
Man,
want
Iron
headshots
Man
and
punched
brains,
somebody in his movie.
and brains being splattered, right?
No,
you don't go to Marvel for that.
but you go
You
there
don't
to see them
you
use
don't
their
go to,
powers. Do you go to see an Iron Man movie to see Tony Stark sitting at a desk talking, or do you go to see Iron Man flying around?
I go to see Iron Man do the right thing, and hey, if he
while
puts
he's
some
flying
ass in the
around,
process, while he's doing it right. But when I watch him, I don't want to see him just nuke a city. Like he can do it, sure, but
You
I
don't
don't
wanna
really
see-
kind of want to see that.
So you
Like,
want to
just
see
'cause
you want to
can.
see Tony Stark in a boardroom meeting, but not save the city by diverting a nuclear bomb somewhere else
No.
because
Why
the
not
action
both?
doesn't matter.
That's not
What
what
do
he's
you-
saying.
Well,
I'm
it
not sure what
sounds
that
like-
means. Like,
That's not what he's
Well,
saying.
you're
He's
saying that nobody goes to see a superhero movie for the action. The action
I didn't
doesn't
say
always
that.
matter.
Did I say that?
No, he didn't say
I thought
that
that-
either.
I thought that's what you said. I'm sorry.
I
it's
said
not
people do come for the action. But it's not it. That's not why. That's not the only reason people go see the superhero movie. Otherwise,
Right.
you would just watch a John Wick movie. If it's just action, you would
But
just
you-
watch
but
a
you
John
have
Wick
to-
movie.
You have to
Or
balance
you
it out as
would
well.
you would just watch, I don't know, Chronicle or in any of the hundreds
Any
of bad
martial
movies.
arts movie.
Yeah,
Mhm.
just like kung fu movie. Like
Right.
just watch
which is
that.
why everybody went to see Thunderbolts. We wanted to see what these cool superheroes were going to do in the moment. We didn't want to see them sit and talk somebody down. We wanted to see them sit and take somebody down.
But
you know what I mean?
that has to do with expectations, right? That's just expectations.
Well, it's Marvel. We got to have expectations. I expect Marvel to deliver
Sure.
good products.
Sure, but like,
And I'm not saying I hated this movie. I didn't hate it. I just thought the ending was a little lackluster.
I didn't say you said you hated the movie. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
saying like we went in with some expectations. Sure, it's a Marvel movie, it's a superhero movie. We're expecting to see some action. Action is very important to drive a movie forward.
Especially a superhero movie.
I don't doubt that. Especially a superhero movie. True. In some cases, I don't doubt that. But what we got was not quite what people expected, and therefore,
But we still got action.
we still got a good movie out of it, even though we didn't.
But Nah, man. Like
some
all
kids didn't
y'all just
expect to
want
see it.
everything to end like Endgame, right? So that's the effing problem.
No.
son. Y'all
No,
no. That's what it is. All
No,
y'all
it doesn't-
want
it
is
doesn't have to be
Endgame.
like Endgame.
You want
Hold
Endgame
on,
in
but when
every
Hold on,
Marvel
what's-
movie.
hold
You
on,
want
what's this-
Endgame in every movie
The
that
main-
comes
Hold
out,
on,
man.
the main
what's this
character
y'all? What's
A lot
this
of the
y'all?
main
talking
characters
about,
in
like,
this movie,
That
a lot of the
perspective.
main characters in this movie had super soldier serum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So
So we don't go
against
to,
a guy.
we don't go
Like-
to see a person who has super soldier serum talk to somebody to talk them down. We don't
Yeah,
go just
how
for
many
that.
times?
And I
How many
get
times?
it. I get it. The action is
He
not
got
everything.
shot in the face.
The action is not
It didn't
everything. But
matter.
in a
How many
superhero movie,
times?
You kind of got to talk after a while.
In a superhero movie,
Cap given a speech? How many times has Cap given a speech in
is that before or after he punched? Is that before or after he punched the guy? Did he give the speech before or after?
He's not just punching random people.
The action was there. Don't discount the action. The action is important.
Nobody's saying the action not there, D.
If I want to go see a movie,
we're talking about a superhero movie.
If I want to go see a movie,
what are you talking about? You're acting like we're talking about the action's not there at all. Of course, we love the action. We love the action, but what we also love is the moral positioning of the movie. We love the moral stance of the movie. That
goes hand in hand with superheroes.
And if you just want to watch people punch and shoot, then just watch like a punch shoot movie, right?
I wanted to go see Thunderbolts. One of the main characters had a shield and carried a gun. And I wanted to watch him shoot it. Yes,
you know.
Did he not shoot it
in the beginning, but not towards the end?
What the fuck are you talking about?
The ending of the movie. I thought we were talking about the ending. I thought we were talking about the ending of the movie being lackluster.
And the storyline with the shooting is going to have a.
If I want to go see a movie that has lackluster action, I'll go see a movie like Sinners or something that's not superhero genre.
The action was on point. You said it already.
When I go to see a movie that people have shields and super soldier serum and they're on this fantastical adventure, yes, I want to see action. Yes, I don't think that's a crime. And in my personal opinion, I thought the ending was lackluster of action. I thought it was a little too mental heavy. You know what I mean? I thought it didn't have enough.
What ending are you talking about? Just refresh my memory.
The ending of the Thunderbolts, where he's ashing everybody and dusting.
What happened? The rooms. So the dusting of the people, and then what?
Yeah. I thought that was like a little lackluster. There wasn't enough for each superhero to be doing in the exact moment to distinguish them.
Saying, man.
Everything came down to the relationship between him and Yelena.
Let me say specifically.
So Red Guardian didn't matter at the end.
End like Endgame. You want a battle royale at the end of every movie.
Juice, you have a movie called Thunderbolts.
It's fine.
It's multiple heroes.
It's fine, but it's not going to happen.
Everybody should have a moment.
We just don't have the like. Everybody's going to be bored. You don't have to be
exactly like Endgame, but you have to carry. What are we doing? What did Red Guardian do at the end of that movie? What did Red Guardian do?
He saved his daughter.
Yeah,
he went after his daughter.
I'm talking about Red Guardian, not the dad. I'm talking about the hero, Red Guardian. What did Red Guardian do that contributed towards saving the day?
He doesn't have a split personality.
He
doesn't have a split person. He's not the voice.
Right. So you guys can't tell me what Red Guardian did superhero-wise to save the day. In my opinion, I don't want to see Red Guardian go save his daughter by talking to her. I want to see Red Guardian do some cool superhero shit.
So like what?
Especially when Red Guardian was saying the whole movie how he was a great hero and that nobody recognized him anymore.
Like what? Did he not punch the Void first?
Listen.
Did he not attack Bob first?
To that point, they tried it. They tried it your way. They tried it your way. They tried it that way, and it did not work. So the only way to stop someone that powerful is to talk to them. You think they
beat World Breaker Hulk's ass?
I agree.
No,
I agree.
They had to talk this nigga down.
There's no fucking way I can do it physically.
Juice keeps bringing up Endgame. Juice keeps bringing up Endgame.
The Hulk.
Juice keeps bringing up Endgame, and that's not fair because that was the culmination of like 18 movies. I would say a more fair comparison to this movie is the first Avengers.
So you want every movie to end like the first Avengers? That's also not like reasonable. Like,
what's not reasonable?
That every movie, every superhero movie should end like the first Avengers movie.
I didn't say it should end like
Avengers movie or Civil War. Like
to me, I was more engaged
with the battle royale.
To me, I was more engaged with each individual character on the Avengers team than I was with each individual character on the Thunderbolts team.
Okay, that's fair. That's
right. Fair. So that's what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be just action. Oh, punch, shoot. But everybody should have had something to do. Nobody. It didn't come down to anybody but Yelena talking to the guy. You know what I mean? So, like, what did Red Guardian do? What signature moment did Red Guardian have in his movie? What signature moment did John Walker have in his movie?
Three moments. 3 moments for Red Guardian. He saved the little girl from getting smashed by the goddamn rock. He was the first person that started saving people when rocks started falling, and these other half-ass heroes. Other half-ass heroes who were actually not heroes. Let's remind you, these aren't heroes. But these other half-ass a-holes were about to leave.
You're talking about John Walker specifically, man. I know
you're talking about John Walker specifically, yes. Yeah. But like, so Red Guardian was the first to be like, all right, let's start saving people. So there's a moment. He saved Yelena when she was about to leave out too. He kept her in. He pumped up and he was honest with her, and he gave her that emotional feed that she needed to go save Bob, right? And then in the action front, he was the first nigga to punch
Sentry.
Bob.
That's right.
Yes,
That's
he was
right.
the first nigga to
He was
tackle
the
him.
first one to
They
run
got
in.
tossed.
I hear
He
you,
was
but
gonna
that wasn't enough.
I thought that was his moment.
I
thought
hear
he was
you,
gonna
but that
dive
wasn't
in.
enough,
But
bro.
he brought
That
it
wasn't
back,
enough.
luckily.
You're right. It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. They tried. They tried it that way. They tried it the Marvel punch out way.
Bucky's arm off. Remember that? That was uncomfortable.
He just lifted it right off of him and just threw it.
They needed more than punching and shooting.
They were outmatched. They were
I guess.
outmatched. They were outgunned. There was no fucking way that they were
Was
going to
it,
have a punch
well, yeah,
out
because
royale.
of the hero
What's
they
the
were up
Naruto
against.
move?
Yeah.
The talk no jutsu. Hit him with the talk no jutsu, man.
I mean, even like I compared it to the first Avengers, but even in the first Avengers, like, you know, Captain America wouldn't have been a match for Loki, right?
They
So
also
they
had,
broke
like, a
him
whole
off,
army
and they had the
renovated.
Chitauri army, and then Cap could go do his superhero thing and have his moment with fighting army. So I know they weren't a match for Sentry. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I just thought the ending was, you know, I won't say it was quick, because it was a drawn out ending, but I don't know. I was just looking for everybody to do something a little more than what they did. You know?
Okay, I can dig it.
You know, I think we run into this before too, like with Watchmen. I think a lot of people went into Watchmen expecting, you know, an action fest, especially because it's a Zack Snyder movie, right? And a lot of people went in not even having read the book, right? And they thought it was gonna be like, yo, it's comic book movies in the heyday. It was like 2009 or something like that when it came out, and the movie was a lot of nothing, right? Like a lot of nothing, but like because it was a lot of story, it was a lot of setup.
Watchmen did take me like 3 times to really love it.
Appreciate it.
I like that movie though. Yeah, I've been watching the movies.
But it took me like 3 times, like all the way through, to really like that movie.
But just watching it on surface level at face value, you do not get the punch out stuff until like an hour in. Even though those scenes were dope.
It was long as shit. No, they did have
Rorschach's a Nazi.
They did have that scene at the very beginning where he threw the guy out the window.
He's a
skinhead. Yeah,
he is.
Yeah.
Nah, he beat the shit out of somebody at the very beginning of that movie.
Oh, the comedian.
Yeah, he beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, he did.
The comedian got killed in the beginning of the movie, but after that,
and then there was an hour where there was like nothing.
You got nothing. I mean, I'm talking about the action front.
Yeah.
But like, a lot of people did not give Watchmen the rewatch it deserves, and they went in with the expectation that it was going to be another punch kaboom pretty colors movie.
And I'm not saying it has to be like that all the way through, like Man of Steel. You know, Man of Steel, like, you know, after they saved, you know, they made the 2 ships crash into each other, and then he fights Zod. I mean, you almost wanted out of the action towards the end of that movie. You were like, dude, get me, like, go talk to me somewhere. Like, do some mental talking somewhere. Because, like, by the end of him and Zod, you were like, dude, my head is spinning. I don't know what the fuck. Like, you know, like, let me out, you know?
I think one of the positives, and I think to your point, but one of the positives of Man of Steel is that it was bookended with action. Right,
dude, that last piece was just like Jesus.
Krypton in the beginning was so good. Like,
right,
it was
I totally forgot about that.
Well told story.
Yeah, the Krypton in the beginning, Joe. Yeah,
and you know, you had this internal countdown, because you know Krypton is about to be destroyed, and people are fighting to do what they can to save themselves, to save the culture, to save the planet, to save whatever. And you had that going in your head, and then action starts to build and build and build, and it ends with the explosion of Krypton, right? And Clark getting sent to Earth, right? So it was bookend. So that was the first part. That was the cover.
And that shit lasted like 20 minutes. You were like, shit, this is the beginning?
And at the end, it was like 40 minutes. It was close to 40 fucking minutes
of non-stop just action.
You know,
so
like,
on the flip side of what you're saying, Juice, and I get it, not every movie has to be action oriented, right? Because at the end of this Man of Steel, like I was telling, I almost wanted out of the action, because it was so long. It was like, okay, sit me down and talk to me. Like, tell me what's going on. Like, can Lois talk to Superman or something? I mean, because boom, boom, they were just clashing. Literally, it was like 30 minutes of real time. You're just sitting there like, dude, I mean, him and Zod are going on crashing satellites and shit. You're like, oh my god, it's fucking great.
Fucking world breaker things is like clearing out space and blowing up.
And maybe in the Thunderbolts we got spoiled.
That was my favorite part when Superman flew straight up into the world engine while the gravity was pushing him.
Yeah, that shit was
gorgeous.
That whole shit was dope. The whole thing. I mean, even the fight with him and Zod clashing, like it was fucking Super Saiyan. You know, the Saiyans clashing together.
Like a real depiction of a Kryptonian fight on.
It was fucking awesome.
Like no whole.
I mean, because you could have stopped at just the ships. You know, him sending them to the dead zone or whatever. But then when Zod shows up and he's like, "You this squalor! I could have rebuilt Krypton." You're like, "Oh my god, we're about to see Superman versus Zod." You know, holy shit.
I like the little moments in that too. I know we're getting a little off track, but I just want to say this about Man of Steel, and then I'll stop. But like, I like the moments too. Like, Zod.
It's okay, Frank. Superman's coming out in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, man. So we're good.
But I like that Zod. You know, like his military mind, right? Like, you know how it took Clark forever to get acclimated to his powers,
mm-hmm.
and it took him like a good like 20 years maybe.
It took Zod a few minutes.
I mean, he was also dealing with puberty, man. You know, that's really fair.
At the same time, but like Zod. The thing is that speaks to Zod's experience, right? Like it took him less than an hour to fully get his powers, start flying, heat vision. You saw his powers manifesting by the minute, and I'm like, yo, this is really good. Like in its own way, that's really good storytelling within the action.
Yeah.
So I appreciated those little
context
too.
Yep.
You know, like you can lift from that. You can like, oh shit, like yo, his eyes are glowing. Wait a minute.
Yeah, he couldn't control the blast and shit. Yeah,
I'm like shit. He already learned heat vision. Fuck. And then when he broke out of his suit and then lifted himself up into the air, started flying. I'm like, oh my god.
You about to make me watch Man of Steel when we get off here. Damn, that movie was tight. And this Superman movie has a high bar, man, because that's still one of the better superhero movies out of all the DC, all the Marvel movies. That's still tops to me. I mean, it has to be top 5.
Man of Steel it's a great movie. It's a great movie. It's a great Superman movie.
But you know, and to the Thunderbolts point, like maybe I got spoiled early in the movie by that first action piece where they were fighting, you know, John Walker and all them. Where you know maybe I got spoiled and I expected this big piece at the end. You know,
poor Taskmaster. Like what?
I felt bad about that one.
They just like I'm just like Taskmaster. I'm like, why?
Yeah, I was kind of upset about that for a while.
And she was actually fucking cool. Like, why?
She was cool. I wanted to see. I'm glad she popped up. And I was glad she popped up. I was like, oh, cool. Taskmaster did it. Nope, she's not.
And I keep saying that. I know this movie didn't do necessarily well at the box office, but I appreciate the fact that they made what came before matter. And now I'm excited to see what comes after because of what happened in this movie.
So what do you mean what came before? You talking about the Black Widow movie?
Black Widow and Captain America or the Falcon and Winter Soldier. You know what I mean? Like the content you consumed before matters. Like where was Shang-Chi? Like where was any of the Eternals? None of that stuff we were seeing was counting towards now. You know, like so in this movie they're actually building off what happened before and what they're setting up for the future, you know? So it gets you excited. Like, it's not rocket science. I don't know why they need to do this more. Marvel and DC. Make us want to see the next movie by setting something up.
It's called bait.
They got bait us. You got to bait me a little bit.
They did bait you. They got you in the seat.
They definitely did. Well, that's because I'm a mark. I'm a mark for superhero shit. That's why.
Did y'all see that the guy who directed Thunderbolts, Marvel tapped him to direct X-Men?
No.
Oh, that'd be tight.
That was announced yesterday, I think.
That would be cool. Because I thought
good thing.
I thought Thunderbolts was good. It wasn't terrible.
I think it's a good thing as far as a team movie is concerned. Now let's see how well it works. Let's see how well it works with the actors and the script. The script is the most important thing.
Like Thunderbolts is far from my favorite movie. Like
I thought Thunderbolts was great. I liked it a lot.
It was great, but like, all right,
it was solid.
It was solid. I don't know if it was great.
I think it was great. I liked it a lot. I enjoyed it.
Let's rank it. All right. Out of 10.
I'll give it about a 7.5. I think about a 7.5. I think IMDb had it about right. They gave it about 7.6 or something, 7.7, 7.4.
I gave it an 8. Solid 8.
I tend to agree with IMDb way more than even Rotten Tomatoes. Like, I think they do a better job at grading their movies.
Yeah, I guess I'll give it about a 7. I mean, yeah,
Damn, Juice.
seven and a half, I guess. I don't know, 7 though. Like, I really liked Elena and Bob, and I liked Red Guardian. Everything else was kind of like.
I definitely thought Bucky took such a backseat in this movie, and I don't know why.
Me too. Like I actually kind of felt bad about that. Like I wanted more.
Like why? Why is he taking such a backseat?
We saw his political prowess, and he didn't have much of that. Like, he didn't have much political prowess as like a senator. Was he a senator or congressman? He's congressman.
I'm not letting your assassin killing ass have no political seat, man. Are you a fucking ex-assassin? So I can set you off anytime by just reading these words out this little red book, huh? I can just set you off. I'm not letting your ass anywhere near any political office. What the hell world is this happening?
Consideration. But that said, he did get elected, and he, in a way, he was able to use his station to do good things and find out about all this stuff, and I guess offer the assistant lady some help, whatever good that did, because I don't think it mattered.
It didn't matter.
It really didn't matter. Shit. But
what do y'all feel about Sam suing the team at the end? That was the thing, right? Didn't he sue them at the end?
Typical.
He sent them.
Typical. I didn't know Sam was
it depends. It depends. I don't know what they were doing. Like,
I'm with Sam, bro. Nah, fuck that. Y'all not taking our name, bro.
Yeah, it depends on what they were doing. Like,
that's petty as fuck.
No, man.
You can't just run up and grab the name.
It's all about branding, man. No, you're not gonna take my brand and just run off with it, man.
The dude was rolling around. Look, one of the covers had what's his name, man? The asshole on Roger. What the fuck?
John Walker.
Walker. Yeah.
Damn, you hate
They
him.
had him riding a bent shield. It's like, no, you got to get the fucking name back. You got to get the name back. No. We're not doing this. You can't be riding around in a bench shield like a cowboy. No.
I'm with Sam, dog. Yeah, I'm with him. Like, you gotta give me that shit back, bro.
Give me the name back.
Sam. I'm not with Sam.
I'm not gonna let you sully the name of the Avengers.
It's supposed to be same team. What the hell, man? Like,
and for real, I'm like, where the fuck were y'all at? And
same team. These was villains recently. And they're
heroes now.
It don't work like that, son. It don't work like that.
Heroes now.
Right. Hey, then you can have you can be called the Heroes Now team.
They can be a part of the Avengers.
You can be like that.
You ain't taking my name.
They're called Heroes Now.
They're part of the new Avengers. Although I really feel like they should have kept the name Thunderbolts.
They should have
better.
They should have kept the name Thunderbolts. I don't like.
And you know,
Sam. I like the fact that the name. I like the
legally.
Fact that now we know
they're gonna have to take Thunderbolts.
No,
about to sue that ass. Like,
same team.
He's like, you have to be Thunderbolts.
Sam is about to
you don't get no choice.
Just let them fucking join the team. Like, what the
hell? They can join the team, but you can't run it. But you can't. Nah.
You don't get the copyright infringe on my shit, man. It's my property, man.
Typical. I expected no less from Sam Wilson. I expected no less from his ass.
Hey, I said, what do y'all think about Sam suing him? Frank was like, typical. Like, damn, dude. Like,
to be expected.
You despise Sam.
No surprises here.
You got to maintain reputation, man. Sam's got a responsibility. He got that shield. Sam's got a responsibility. He got that shield.
He needs to give that shield.
He got the shield? No, he's not giving it back.
He needs to give it back.
He beat the Hulk. He's got it. It says he beat the Hulk.
And I know it hurts. He didn't beat the Hulk. Stop that.
But it's true. It's canon now, all right?
Where the fuck were the Thunderbolts?
It's canon now, all right?
No.
It's canon now, man. I'm sorry. It's not my fault. But we have to accept this, all right?
No.
He talked him down. And he flew at supersonic speed.
Awful.
The thing now.
Just the reaching.
Man. Yeah, you
got to suspend your disbelief, man. You got to suspend that shit.
Where the fuck were the Thunderbolts
and
Captain America? Where the fuck were they? Why didn't y'all come help with,
Because that's who they was fighting. That's who they was the bad guys.
They weren't established yet.
Yeah, you're right. They were bad guys at that point. Yeah, that was a few. That was a few weeks before Thunderbolts.
I'm pretty sure it took place after Brave New World. So
yeah.
I know it doesn't matter in the long run, but I kind of was mad that the lady moved into the Avengers Tower. I was like, the fuck, get up out of there, man. That's like hallowed ground for superhero movie, for like Marvel movie fans.
I thought that was something that also didn't matter. Like
it didn't.
Unnecessary.
It didn't matter, but it didn't
matter at all. It was like,
make
why?
me not like her more.
Yeah. Like, why don't you just go to a random compound somewhere? Why you got to go to the Avengers Tower?
Like, we already didn't like her, but I really didn't like her after that.
I didn't even like in the Avengers movies where they moved to the new compound upstate from the Avengers Tower. Like, the Avengers Tower just has that iconic look, and plus playing from video games, Spider-Man and all that. I'm like, why the fuck is the Avengers Tower still there?
That's their best point to help everybody in Europe.
You're right there in New York. You're right in the center of the action. Like, what are you moving for?
You can go get a bagel and then go up into the tower. It's right there.
I'm hoping that they're going to turn that into the Baxter Building. That's where the Baxter
What if in the other universe it already is the Baxter Building?
Maybe. The Fantastic Four needs now that the Fantastic Four is here, they need a place to stay, and that's the Baxter Building. That's where it should be.
That was wild. Yeah. All right, so let's talk about prediction. What y'all think is happening? I guess we can't really know.
I think your theory is solid. I think that like something happened with Galactus on their world. They had to come here, but
the thing is, Galactus isn't a multiversal threat. That's the only thing that gets me. Multiverse?
Oh, not multiverse. No, not multiverse. But he is a celestial.
Yeah.
So he can do that if he wants. He's omnipotent, so he can do that if he so chooses. He goes to different worlds and universes and galaxies and eats them. So,
he does? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and if Silver Surfer can absolutely do that. Silver Surfer has the power cosmic, so with the power cosmic, you could literally do anything you think of.
Like, I don't know why I thought he was just like main universe. I mean, I thought there was other Galactus. So there's only one Galactus in all the multiverses.
There's only one because he's
oh man, I totally missed that.
There's only one Galactus, and
then that does tie. This does lock in.
While he doesn't necessarily do that. He can do that easily if he wanted to, but that's why he sends out his heralds like the Silver Surfer and Firestar and Nova. At the time, and other heralds, but
we do have a note.
Not yet, but we hopefully.
We don't.
Predictions. Okay, so Galactus is a celestial. Does the Eternals? Will the Eternals make an appearance somewhere along the line, either in Fantastic Four or the next movie?
Yes.
With honestly, I think there's a better chance for the Inhumans to make another appearance because they tie closely with the Fantastic Four.
I'm thinking the wrong one.
They tie really closely with the Fantastic Four, but
because I like the Eternals, I thought that was probably one of Marvel's more solid projects post Endgame. Man,
I definitely think they're gonna make a return, especially with them like harvesting adamantium off of the goddamn Celestial. Yeah. Like they got the Celestial there.
And then that Celestial that they harvested that came back again in Captain America. So that's
none of the actors who were the Celestials are doing anything right now. Like they doing little shit, but they ain't doing nothing like this, right?
I think
maybe what's your name?
I think like there's some. I think as far as your theory goes, I think what I was thinking is the other way around, where the Fantastic Four are coming to this reality or future in order to warn everyone, saying Galactus is coming here, and we were able.
So you think they came to this reality by choice?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Like Reed is smart enough. Reed is smart enough to do shit like that. Like just easily. But Reed is smart enough, and Reed also has that sense and frame of mind to want to warn other realities or other possible timelines or other possible futures of what's coming. So in a way, the Fantastic Four is kind of acting like a herald of Galactus, because the heralds come to warn the worlds that he's coming, and to get your affairs in order before he comes and eats all of y'all and your world. In this way, the Fantastic Four is going to try to save 616 by coming here. So that's kind of where I was kind of going. Where when I saw them, I'm like, oh shit, they're here. But if they're here, that means shit's about to go down.
Yeah, they're
right?
so essentially the Fantastic Four movie is arguably going to be the end of their world.
It could be, absolutely.
Could be, yeah.
My guess.
Absolutely. It could absolutely be.
One thing that bothered me, and this is random, how big is Galactus?
Massive.
Big as fuck.
When I saw his
planets.
foot walk through the city,
Yeah, that was stupid.
I'm like, you telling me his intergalactic foot is going to fit in this alleyway?
Change his size. I can buy that a little bit. You know what I mean?
It's definitely.
But even if that's it would.
It's at the discretion of production or whoever's doing the thing. But
they just got the kaiju problem.
He is way bigger than any planet.
Yeah.
Way.
I mean, doesn't he hold planets in his fucking palm? You know what I mean? So
he eats them, dude. He eats them. He literally sucks all of the life force out of every planet he comes across. Think about it this way: the way they portrayed him with that giant foot on Earth at whatever timeline. Think about it, yo. He can take Jupiter in the palm of his hands. Now you know how big Earth is in comparison to Jupiter.
It's like 1,000.
Yeah, you can fit a couple million Earths inside there. Yeah,
you can fit all of the other planets inside Jupiter. This motherfucker Galactus can hold Jupiter in the palm of his hands like a basketball. That's how fucking big he is. You know what I mean? So that was just like, I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, that was weird. I was like, yeah, you don't force it. You can sit out in space. It's fine.
Yeah, just let him.
It's more imposing if he sits out in space.
Yeah, just let him be out there, right?
Okay.
Like some of the scariest images are images of a planet endangering threat sitting outside of our atmosphere, just kind of sitting there
watching.
Yeah, just looking. Like when those fucking Celestials were up there in Eternals or whatever that they ended up with. Like that one just fucking sitting there. It's just like there's a fucking problem. Like there's nothing to do about this.
Yeah, like
there's nothing to do about that. Just don't look at it. That's all you can do. That's how terrifying that is, man.
But yeah,
so you don't have to have them walking around New York. It's fine.
They got that. No, what the hell?
I think they just wanted to do that just to give you some kind of reference to how big he is.
Sure.
Some kind of reference to his size, because it's incomprehensible how big he is, right? Like, so maybe he can morph and grow and get bigger and smaller. You know what I'm saying?
He's a celestial being. He's always
probably
been
now
massive. He's always been that massive, and I'm talking like a celestial dude, like omnipotent, omniscient. Just all of the omnis, right? He's got it all.
Right.
He's got it all.
So predictions. Will we see any X-Men in this Fantastic Four movie?
I hope so.
I pray to God. I think we will. Because remember in Doctor Strange we saw who together? Reed and Beast. You know what I'm saying? So I think they had the idea for all this even back then.
Doctor Strange.
I think they kind of knew where they were going. You know.
Wait, Beast was in the Marvels.
Was that? No, I said Doctor Strange. Yeah, was that?
Beast
what am I referencing? Who was in the Marvels? No, Professor X was in Doctor Strange. Right. So the Marvels was Beast.
Implying
right.
Beast.
But so when I see Professor X and Beast, I'm thinking X-Men.
Yeah, okay, sorry, you're right.
I don't count those losers.
Yeah? What do you mean?
The Illuminati, fucking bunch of losers.
Well, yeah, that's just different realities.
They all.
That's the crazy thing is like with these realities, you can literally do anything.
That man's supposed to be the smartest man in the world. That's been in the fucking world, probably in the galaxy. That is the smartest man, and he got everybody killed, and he got himself killed. Like, no.
He did.
Hey,
and then you have the
wrong
world's
universe
greatest
read.
psychic.
Wrong universe read. That's all.
You have the world's greatest psychic just sitting there, letting himself get beaten by a fucking putting a fucking cloak in front of your face in a psychic battle. How do you lose a psychic battle? You're the best psychic in the world.
Hey, you said it earlier.
Maybe they
Wanda
underestimated
can
Wanda's
literally do
powers.
anything.
She can, but she was on his home turf. She was on his home field. There's no fucking way she's beating the best psychic in the world. No.
It could come with intention. Like, remember, Xavier's a softie.
Yes.
Xavier is soft as shit. That's a good point, Juice. Nobody ever talks about that,
bro.
man. Xavier is soft as hell,
much
bro.
powers he's got.
Xavier is soft as pudding, man.
No,
he is, man.
You guys got to read. Have you guys at all read House of X at all, or Powers of X?
No.
House of X.
Yes.
I read one of them.
So it was the start of the Krakoa saga. You know?
Yeah, I did a long time ago.
I might not remember it. Ago. That that's like Professor X now. Like that's Professor X. That was not a soft individual.
Yeah, but that's also not this Professor X.
No, it's not. This
Professor X is soft. You're right. Every iteration of Professor X, he's been soft as hell.
This Professor X was trash. And Doctor Strange specifically, trash.
Like if Magneto had Professor X's power,
he was soft in every movie he's been in.
It'd be trash. Over.
All of them were trash. I think Captain Carter was probably the most competent one of them, but then she also got killed by some bullshit.
Yeah,
they all got killed by some bullshit because writers. Like that's it. Yeah, they had to get rid of them. They were just there for show. That scene
wasn't even supposed to be in the fucking movie.
Oh, then they really just fucked them over for no reason.
That's fucking Marvel. That's fucking Marvel's fault. 100%.
They wanted
that scene was not supposed to be there, but Marvel wanted to put it in there because they needed to keep the rights so that they could make further movies with these characters. So they decided to stuff them all in one scene in Doctor Strange, one or two scenes in Doctor Strange, and make it work. And Sam Raimi didn't want to do it. He was like, no, this is a bad idea. And they were like, fuck what you think. We're paying you to make this movie, so you're going to do what we tell you. And that's why that fucking scene is there.
The great thing with that Fantastic Four scene at the end of Thunderbolts is like, up until that point, you were I was kind of expecting like Thunderbolts to end and then that just be it. Like all these other Marvel movies before, you know, like Doctor Strange gave you a little hope. Maybe the Marvels gave you a little hope because they were showing different characters, you know, Beast in the Marvels and, you know, Reed and Professor X and Doctor Strange. But like, you know, you see Thunderbolts, you know, Fantastic Four's come out, and then you see that little Fantastic Four ship and it rolls around and you see the four on the side. You're like, yes, it gives you hope that this thing is going somewhere. You know what I mean? Like it gives you hope. And it kind of made Thunderbolts worth it. I liked it even before that. But it just shot my ranking up a few more percentage points when I saw that ship, you know. I already liked the movie. And I said the ending was lackluster. That doesn't mean I didn't like it. I liked it. I thought it was good. Thought it was a good movie. Thought it was solid. I was engaged. I was never bored, you know. But it gave me reason to hope that, damn, I hope Marvel is turning the ship around, man. Are we going somewhere with this, man? You know? Because after this is their last gasp. I mean, I know Superman comes out before, but it's all about Superman for the next 3 weeks, man. Like it's, you know.
When
how far after
come out?
July 25th, I think.
And Superman is July 11th, so what? About a week and a half later.
Yeah.
So, they got a week.
2 weeks.
You better be working, son.
Nah, man, what if Superman does knock your socks off, bro? What if Superman like blows us all away,
guys?
Like,
I'm saying, like, look, just brace yourselves.
It could.
What do you think Superman is going to do? You don't think it's going to be? You don't think it's going to be the event that we all wanted to be?
I think they'll try.
Superman movies are always events.
I think they'll try.
No matter what.
I hope you're wrong, man.
Superman's Returns wasn't.
Absolutely, it was an event when it came out. 100%, it was an event.
It was an event, yeah, because everybody went to see it. But it was oh my god, this movie is just.
It wasn't.
I saw it on Netflix, I think.
Talk about Blackbuster.
So maybe that's just me.
I was like, that's it?
Superman Returns, to this day, though, has one of the best action scenes I've ever seen in a movie, period. The part where he saves the plane was fucking amazing.
That's what I wanted Red Guardian to have. I just wanted him to have his moment where he can save people.
He's not that strong.
He's not Superman.
He don't have to save. He don't have to save a plane, but just have that moment. You know what I mean? That moment was awesome. He landed in the middle of a baseball game.
He had a moment.
Everybody realizes Superman is back. You know, that's a superhero moment.
He had more of a moment than Ghost did.
No two superhero movements look the same.
You're absolutely right about that Superman one.
Otherwise,
that's a superhero moment if I ever seen one.
That scene was incredible. Still holds up to this day. I'm like, I've never seen anything like it to this day. I'm like, doesn't top the Superman return scene.
And the scene at the end where he's like out racing the blast when they tried to blow up the gas line underneath. That scene was pretty cool too.
That was cool. So I don't know. Did you see Superman Returns in theaters?
I did. Yeah.
Yo, I don't know about you, but like when like the entire time, I think I was holding my breath the entire fucking time. And when he finally lands the ship, yo, like everybody cheered in the theater. So did I. It was fucking incredible. Like, holy shit.
I know it's off topic, like, but Superman Returns just had the benefit of being like, because at that point, all we had was like Lois and Clark on the CW, and like we didn't have anything.
OG Superman movies.
Yeah, in the OG Superman movies. So like, he just came in at the time where like,
what, you want to watch a Smallville?
Yeah, Smallville was around.
I feel people were cheering because that was like the first big Superman event movie in years. Since Christopher Reeves.
Yeah,
it was. So everybody was excited to see. Everybody went to see Superman Returns.
It was like 20 years. It was almost 25 years since the last Superman movie.
And I couldn't have been more upset when I left. I was like, man, that's it. That's all we're gonna get out of Superman. It's like shit, man. And then we didn't know Man of Steel was right around the corner. I said, shit.
I don't know, right around the corner. It was 7 years later.
Blew me away with that shit.
Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah, when did Man of Steel come out? Was that 2012?
2013.
2013, yeah. Because Avengers was 2012, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
But yeah,
we got spoiled, man. We got spoiled in the 20 teens with these movies, man. Avengers, Man of Steel.
As much as the Superman plane scene was amazing, there was a lot of just unbelievable BS that was going on in Returns. Like, I think they were trying to go for the same effect, but in a different way. When he lifted up the entire island of Kryptonite, I'm like, no,
yeah,
stop. I'm out. I'm leaving.
I don't remember that.
Like this,
and the fucking Kryptonite is growing right next to his eye.
Growing,
and shit.
Yes.
Like growing. I'm like, dude, how the fuck do you feel this strong, man?
I'm like, I'm leaving now. Like, this is what the fuck. Like,
Kevin Spacey was a good Lex Luthor, though.
He was a great Lex Luthor.
Yeah,
he was a great Lex Luthor.
That's actually the main thing.
He tried to play it to Gene Hackman, which I understand, but like he should have. I think he should have made it his own, and I think he would have still killed it. But he did a really good job.
I don't know, man. All I'm saying is just temper yourselves, guys.
Yeah,
like, temper your expectations.
I understand you. I know. But it's Superman. It has to be good, man.
Anytime I go into a Superman movie, I just hope that they evoke the same feeling that you have with the character.
I like James Gunn,
the iconic superhero, because Superman is the iconic superhero, right? Like, so you got to get him right. As boring as he is, you got to get him right. So,
it's Superman. It has to be good.
What?
Bro.
I don't know, man. All right, I hope so. Hey,
it has to be.
I know. Hey, look. Okay.
I have a feeling you're gonna.
I can't even commit to that. All right. Okay. Sure.
I have a feeling you're gonna come back and you're gonna eat your words. I have a feeling you're gonna be like, I was wrong.
Gladly, man.
Like,
I'm here for it too, man. We'll James Gunn. Hey, what James Gunn did with fucking Creature Command, what was that show?
Creature Commandos.
Yeah, Creature Commandos. Hey, I got faith in this dude. He did Guardians of the Galaxy, Creature Commandos. He got me. Like, I expect great things from this man. The trailers haven't done it for me, man. I can't give a shit about what's happening.
Maybe that's.
I thought the extended one did, where he landed and then got carried to the Fortress of Solitude. I like that,
son.
I love that shit. with the
Why the
automatons and shit, because that's kind of
I want to
accurate.
see Crypto. Like, I want to see the. I don't know, man. He was just
Talk
so
about
fucking
All-Star Superman. I'm like, you can combine everything. You can have elements of
the damn
All-Star
shoulder pads,
Superman.
man. I can't.
Because when's the last time we saw a superhero movie or a Superman movie with his automatons in there? I mean, they're there. I want to see a guided tour of the Fortress of Solitude. That's what I want to see.
Man of Steel kind of had them.
The automaton, yeah, they did, yeah, those little fucking Kryptonian things, yeah.
They stuck around.
I loved in the Man of Steel how that was like the base for his Fortress of Solitude, with that old Kryptonian ship, right? Because didn't he fly that out, and like, you know, that was like his base, you know, which was kind of cool because I'm like, yeah, that's his ship, you know what I mean?
He just flew it out to some unknown location that's really cold and
yeah,
and icy, yeah.
But I loved it though. I was like, yeah, that Kryptonian technology. I don't know. I'm hopeful for Superman.
I do want to know what did that to him though.
And that's the crazy thing, right? Who could fuck Superman
but if it's not
up
like
that?
Destro, like I don't know, man. It's not Darkseid. It's not gonna be Darkseid.
So Metamorpho is in the movie, right?
Okay.
You know Metamorpho's deal, right?
That's the guy with the kryptonite in his chest. No,
that's Metallo.
Okay, it's Metallo. Yeah.
Metamorpho.
He copies elements, right? He copies elements.
Yes, he can change any part of his body into any element, including kryptonite.
Oh damn!
He can be the only. He can basically be the only person in that movie so far that can do that to Superman. Make him bleed, you know, knock him out, whatever. Like he can do all of that. So maybe it's him.
But ain't that kind of? Yeah, that's. I think that's a fundamental problem with Superman. It's like you either need another Kryptonian to fight him, or you need
enough kryptonite to cripple him.
Kryptonite. But then it comes down to those things, and then you got Darkseid.
Yeah, but Zack Snyder did Darkseid the best. I don't know if they want to tackle Darkseid right now.
They're not going to do that. I wouldn't recommend it.
Zack Snyder just had a stranglehold on that. I still want to see a continuation of that shit.
I think it's rumored. It was rumored before it. I think it's more rumored now that Brainiac is going to be the big bad in this.
That would be dope.
Movie.
Yeah, that'd be tight.
That's appropriate.
Okay.
Brainiac
all right.
Is one of the big ones for him.
Brainiac can actually hold it
I'll be here for that.
And Brainiac could also be the one sending out all these fucking people to fuck up Superman's day,
and tying and allying with Lex because of his resources.
Sure.
Yeah,
maybe Lex doesn't know at this point in time. You know, he hates Superman, what he represents, but then he's got this other alien helping him. Who's just way above his level of intelligence, and he's helping him. He's like, you hate Superman, I hate Superman. Let's get this motherfucker.
And the actor playing Lex Luthor is cool too. I think he's a good actor, so I think he'll do well in the role. He'll take it way more serious than who's the guy in BVS. And I remember Juice talked me off the ledge about BVS because I did not like that movie at first, but he talked me down. So we did a podcast on that shit.
That movie.
I was like, all right, you know what? It wasn't that bad. It was okay. But I hated Lex Luthor in that movie.
It doesn't suck.
That movie sucks.
What's that guy's name? Jesse Eisenberg or whatever. That shit was terrible.
Jesse Eisenberg was a fucking problem.
Who the fuck casted him as Lex Luthor?
But so was a Black Widow.
He wasn't the only problem, but he wasn't. He didn't help.
Brave New World, right? Like
when he stuck that Jolly Rancher in the dude's mouth.
Sometimes movies just have characters that are fucked up. Sometimes movies have characters that are fucked up and annoying, but that doesn't mean the movie's bad. Like he wasn't in the movie that much.
I'm not saying
to make it terrible.
Yes, he was
bad because of him. He was a bad part of the movie. I'm saying the movie.
Don't say Martha.
No, that's
characters. Characters in the movie can make the movie bad.
But sure.
Wait, so what was bad about it?
Writing can make the movie bad too.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Writing and acting can make the movie bad too. But it was bad. It was bad because it was a structural mess. Zack Snyder has this tendency to tell stories out of order, timeline-wise. Now, also, there were a lot of inconsistencies. Again, going back to the point of Superman, Henry Cavill Superman, probably the writing, I don't know. Henry Cavill Superman, just not a good Superman. Let's talk about the courtroom. Let's talk about the whole BVS, why it's called BVS.
The courtroom, I thought that was cool, the BVS part. I thought that was like, because I thought that was part of the whole appeal to even see the movie.
What,
you know,
what
BVS.
Was, so can you explain to me? Can you explain to me what was the deal with why Superman let all those people die in that explosion?
Yeah, why the fuck did he let all those people die? I mean, he could have did something.
He's fucking Superman. I don't care.
You telling me he couldn't hear that bomb or something?
He couldn't detect that shit.
I don't even remember that.
Maybe
shit.
I ain't gonna lie.
Remember, he was in the courtroom and he just sitting there like, fuck, you know?
Yeah, right. Like all these people are dead.
Maybe, was it a digital?
Wait, they gonna blame me.
Digital bomb? Was it a digital clock?
No.
No, remember the guy had the bomb in his wheelchair.
No,
the guy had the bomb in his wheelchair. Remember Lex put the bomb in the guy's wheelchair?
There was a bomb in the wheelchair. It was almost like the old school like analog clock tick 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 with the dynamite attached.
Yeah, with the little dynamite sticks.
Yes, dude. And I'm like, hold on. So if you can hear some fucking twat from 20,000 miles away, his heartbeat, but you cannot hear a bomb that is less than 30 feet away from you in the same room.
Maybe he had it in a lead container. Maybe he had it in a lead container.
Like,
hold on. So, well, if it was really a tick, 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 there had to be something else, because I'm sure if we're in a courtroom, no, I'm sure if we're in a courtroom with a lot of rich people that have wind up watches, he's hearing a lot of tick, tick, ticks.
No.
Remember that guy? Didn't Superman save him?
That was a bomb. That was a bomb. Tick,
there was a literal bomb. There was a literal tick, tick bomb inside the guy.
No, I'm telling you, like
testifying. The guy that was testifying.
I don't remember. I got.
Yeah, he was like graffitiing the Superman statue. And he went into the courtroom to testify.
And funnily enough, they said so. It was revealed by Zack Snyder himself that guy was supposed to be a representation of all of the people who were bitching about Man of Steel's finale with all of the destruction, because he was a victim of that destruction. He lost his legs in the rubble with the world engine and the fight between Superman and Zod.
Which I thought that was a valid point.
So he was supposed to be a representation of all the people that were bitching and complaining about that. And then
Zach blew him up.
Instead of him having a say in what was happening, fucking blew him up.
Yeah, Zach blew him up.
I'm like,
damn, Zach.
I'm like, what? I'm like,
Zach
that's
was
fucking.
Fuck y'all.
I'm like, that's fucking petty as fuck. Like, okay.
Yeah, but you know, that's one of the more awesome parts of BVS was that opening scene with Batman. Like, because even at the end of Man of Steel, like I said, man, you kind of wanted out of the action. The action was just so like to Juice's point that not every movie has to be action.
I'm watching it right now so I could defend this shit.
The Juice's point that not every superhero movie has to be action heavy. Like BVS, you wanted out, and you know, it made sense that, yeah, there would be people who were injured in there that would be upset with Superman, right? Like, you know, Batman running into the you know, when you see the kid, his mom was in the building that's blown up, and we were all wondering that. Like, why are you so upset over this one family that Zod is going to kill when you've already killed a 500,000 people just fighting him? You know what I mean? It made no sense.
People had the excuse a lot of people had the excuse we're defending Superman, saying because he was a brand new Superman. Right, he wasn't paying attention to the collateral damage. He was concentrating on stopping the threat.
I could understand that, but I'm like, dude.
He was only focusing on what was in front of him versus all of the other shit that was behind him. Because
you've already killed 200,000 people in this fight. Like
at the time, maybe he couldn't handle it, and that's also why he snaps Zod's neck. And it was that moment where he was like, "I vow to never kill anybody again." But
I know the movie had to end, but how the hell did he even snap Zod's neck? You know, I mean, isn't Zod? Maybe Zod was not quite as strong as him because he hadn't absorbed as much sunlight.
That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, Superman had 30 something years, 33 years
of sunlight absorption.
To absorb yellow sunlight. You know, so maybe not. Maybe he wasn't as strong, but Zod was catching up mad quick.
He was.
Dude. So I guess to that point he had to do something, and he was strong enough to just.
and the movie had to end, like you said, the writing and all that shit. Movie had to end sometime.
But like Batman in BVS, not the world's greatest detective in that movie at all.
Definitely not a detective.
And he is.
He was like a bruising Batman.
He was like Dark Knight Returns Batman.
Mm-hmm.
which is fine, but he
What y'all
was not
talking about?
smart. But he was not smart. Like
Just watch it.
with the ship, he couldn't figure out that Lex on that ship. That was Lex's ship. And then at the same time, there's no excuse for him not being on the up and up intelligence wise, because he's been doing this for a long time at this point, right? He's older. He's older, a lot more grizzled, but like he should have been on it in many ways. Then we talk about the Martha thing. What? Bruh, World's Greatest Detective.
Right.
Like, World, did you ever watch World's Finest?
Yes. Yep. That was tight.
Animated.
The 2-part. Yeah.
You remember?
Like
so you saw like Superman figured out Batman's identity the easy way to look through his mask, and Batman's like, oh no, this is like, you're peeking. This is not the way we do this. Man, my man put a tracker on him, followed him all the way to his house, and then when he got disrobed and took a Superman suit off, and he's looking at the window at him, and Superman's like, what the hell is that? He sees the tracker, then he keeps looking. Batman is like mad far away, but Batman's make sure he's like, I see you. Like, I know who you are now. I'll see you. And then he leaves, and I'm like, yes, that's Batman. Why couldn't they do something like that?
Yeah, to kind of match wits.
And super experienced Batman couldn't do something like that in BVS.
Because Batman doesn't have the physical strength, but he has the wit. His wit is his superpower. Yeah.
Even though he was more modeled after the Dark Knight Returns, he was not the world's greatest detective in this one. Just
he was just rich.
Batman, like what the hell?
Did he do any detecting? Yeah, like you did all this research. You were about to assassinate this alien threat, but you didn't know his mother's name was Martha.
Oh, and then
you didn't do any research.
Then let's also talk about the Justice League. Where did Lex get all those logos from? The Justice League wasn't established at all at that point in time. And then let's talk about the whole Injustice tie-in that they could have followed the thread, but they didn't follow the thread until much later, with the Flash coming and saying, you got to save the girl, right? She's the key. And Batman's, who the fuck are you? What the fuck are you talking about? This doesn't make any sense. And I was very confused. A lot of people were very confused about what the hell this was. Supposedly leading to something more, to the Justice League movie, I guess. But they didn't follow that thread until the Snyder Cut, because they totally just did away with that. And then they followed it further with the Flash, which came out much later.
Mm-hmm.
So
years,
like,
yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, just so disjointed.
And another nitpick I had about this movie too was that they really. So one of the best things about this movie was Wonder Woman, like the Wonder Woman reveal, right? When she stopped the blast from Doomsday, right? And like they showed all that shit all through the trailers. It was still a hype as fuck moment, but it would have been even more so if they just kept it hidden. Just say nothing.
And that is the first time we ever saw Diana as Wonder Woman on screen. Yeah,
like we knew who she was. We knew who she was. We knew she was gonna come out somehow. But if we didn't see those trailers ad nauseum, man, that moment would have been one of the all-time greats. I feel, if they didn't just spoil that shit in the trailers, man.
You're right though. It was still a great moment in the theaters.
It's a nitpick. It's a nitpick.
Yeah.
I admit, but it's like, god damn it.
It was still great in the theaters. I thought having Doomsday ruined the movie, because it was just like this overarching threat that just kept blowing up, and he would just kept blowing up. I'm like, what the fuck?
And also they fucking shoehorned Lois into everything again, trying to make her more important than she actually was to the plot. Like, why send Lois, a regular human, deep underwater to get this kryptonite rod to stop Doomsday? Like, yeah,
she don't even have any cool gadgets like Batman.
No, Batman wasn't doing nothing.
Right.
Superman and Wonder Woman were involved in a superpowered fight against a superpowered being.
So send Batman back to get the weapon.
Batman was being a cheerleader back there. He wasn't doing shit. Send him.
Hey, he did shoot a kryptonite gas ball. He shot a gas ball at Doomsday.
Oh, good. He could have done more work.
Hey, speaking of the gas ball, the kryptonite gas, I still don't see how Superman survived that. You inhaled kryptonite, bro. It was like, gaseous kryptonite.
Right.
You should have been poisoned off of that. Superman shook that shit off quick as hell. And I'm like, hang on, man. That shit should have been running through your bloodstream at that point.
Plot convenience.
I know it was, but
it's just a plot convenience. But
I thought Batman was really about to lay this, but that was the best part of the movie, where Batman was whooping his ass. Men are brave, you know what I mean?
And, Batman,
you don't know fear, so you don't know what it's like to be brave. Men are brave.
Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, BBS.
I thought that was cool. I thought the best part of the movie was Batman was saving Martha.
Oh
Kent
yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's easily the
warehouse.
best thing.
I thought that was the best part of the movie.
Of course, that shit made you want to see a solo Batman movie.
Sublime. That part was sublime. So well choreographed, well done. Right, but like, Batman versus Superman was cool, but there were some real horrible inconsistencies with that fight though. Like, okay, so Superman was trying to talk to Batman, right? Saying like, hey, listen, they got my mom. So Superman walks right up to Batman.
So you don't understand.
And Batman's like, what the fuck? He's like, what the fuck, dude? And Superman pushes him like 300 feet away. He's like, yo, I need to talk to you. And he was right here.
Hey, I need to talk to
him. You could have talked to him.
Motherfucker, you just pushed me 300 feet away.
He does it again. He walks right up to you. He flies over to him. He walks right up to him. And then,
so like I was saying,
and then Batman's like, you think you're brave? And Superman, boom, pushes him again like 300 feet. And I'm like, what are you doing?
I need to talk to you.
You have to talk to him. Talk to him. What the fuck?
Yeah, like just say what the fuck is going on. You kept saying, you don't understand. Oh, now of course I know. You're not saying.
You don't understand. Boom. Yeah. And I'm like, what?
You're not saying anything, motherfucker.
You're going to talk to him right there.
But I wanted the fight between those two to be a little longer. I wanted Batman to lay a little more smackdown on Superman. And he just shook that pill off. He just shook it off.
I liked the fight because it was very reminiscent of Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah, I liked it too. Yeah.
Batman had kryptonite everything on in the comic, right? Like he had kryptonite bullets, kryptonite
knuckles, kryptonite and shit,
armor, bare knuckles, sword, like everything's kryptonite, right? And he still lost. He still lost terribly. But like, because Superman was advanced age by this point, too much yellow sun. Kryptonite didn't even have that much of an effect on him anymore. But like, it was very reminiscent of that because like, you know, Batman was in the armor in the movie. It was in the rain, like in the comic, and he had a lot of kryptonite on him. So I liked that. I liked that there was a callback to that. But like,
I thought the fight in the animated movie went way harder than the fight in the live action one, man. I thought that the animated in the animated Dark Knight Returns movie.
Oh yeah.
I thought that fight was way better. I mean, Batman was actually holding his own. Like he was just kind of getting slung around until Superman inhaled the kryptonite, but in the live action, but I thought in the animated, like he was actually, dare I say, going toe to toe with Superman for a little bit there, you know.
And that's another kind of unbelievable thing, because Superman is Superman. Like we all know, I know preparation.
Like he ain't gonna punch you till you pop. Like he's not gonna happen.
Like
it's not. He's too soft.
Like Batman, but we all know Superman was heartless. He had the capability. He'd just fly you up into the fucking atmosphere. He'd fly you up into space and crush you, or just drop you.
He can just flick you to oblivion. Like he doesn't even have to do all that.
He can kill you. He can kill you like 100 ways
to oblivion.
He can kill you like 100 ways, 100 different ways. But just because they are actually best friends, at least now, but like, or before that, or after that, I mean. Like that's the only reason why he's not dead. He's not a fucking stain on the ground. You know, like
did y'all ever see that one movie? I can't remember. Was it like Birthright or like Bright or something?
Brightburn.
Brightburn. Is that the one with the psychopathic?
Yeah, Psycho Superman. Yeah,
the kid.
Yeah.
That shit was fucking scary, son. I was like, yo, this little kid is fucking scary.
That was interesting.
This motherfucker had on like a hood, like a scarecrow hood, like it was a superhero costume. Like shit, man. Fucking little evil Superman.
Disturbing shit. But
that shit was disturbing. I was like, yo, this shit is fucking scary. Like the cop showed up, he fucking flew the cop off. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, man, if Superman ever went evil,
you know,
that's why I like Zack Snyder's portrayal, because Superman would be worshipped. He would be feared. He would be admired. Like all those things.
That's lifted from Injustice.
Mm-hmm.
That's how that worked.
And but I just like that. I like
Snyder's vision how Batman thinks all the time.
Probably. Batman's
he's just like, you could kill me right now.
Oh yeah,
that's how they think. Like every time,
right.
Like
when when Alfred was trying to talk to him in BVS and saying, "Hey, you can't just go around killing. You can't just." Said, man, he could wipe out everybody on the planet if he wanted to. Man, we have to take this shit as an absolute threat. He was right. Batman was actually right. This dude could wipe out everybody just if his mood swung. You know what I mean? So we have to take this shit as a threat. There's no choice. But I don't see that for this new Superman, James Gunn. I don't see him being the threat. I don't see him being threatening.
I mean, we could be surprised, but like maybe they might not to swing in that direction anymore.
Yeah. I don't even think they're going to go in that direction.
The Zack Snyder era was all dark Superman, right?
Yeah.
Like,
sadly, it's over.
Right up to the end, right up to the end with the all black suit in the Snyder cut, and like just him going ham on Steppenwolf.
Even when he popped up at the end of what's that movie called?
Black Adam. Didn't do much there.
I wanted to see him fight Black Adam.
The fucking shadows and shit. He just float out of the shadows.
Yeah.
That was
it. I think the dark era of Superman is kind of over, and
unfortunately,
I don't think it would hurt to do a lighter take, or more accurate take on the character, because the character is not all doldrums and hopelessness.
But I do think there's potential there for the intrigue of a dark Superman, because we're so used to Superman being this beacon of hope and this bright light in the sky.
I think people get bored with plain Boy Scout
do-gooder.
People
Boy
get
Scout
bored
do-gooder.
quickly with the Boy Scout. Like
there's always going to be the potential for Superman to go dark, and yes, you're right with this.
And they're gonna have to play on that.
With a mood swing, Superman can destroy the planet. Like easily, just destroy the planet. Just
or mind control.
But it's I agree. Superman is a very boring character. He's very difficult to write for, which is why they kind of go in different directions with him a lot of the time, and it's rare that he has like really standout stories by himself. I think the only standout stories that I can hear, that I can remember, Death of Superman, Tower of Babel, but it didn't really involve him. It was more about Batman. And then Superman Lost, which is a recent one, which is a great fucking story. And then All-Star Superman, of course. But Superman Lost, if you guys haven't read Superman Lost, read Superman Lost. It's so good. It's incredibly good.
Mm-hmm.
It's only 10 issues, so it's a quick read.
Yeah, no doubt, man. But I agree, though. I think you're right. I think this time around, it's time for a lighter Superman. You're trying to reboot the franchise a little bit, start DC over fresh with new actors, new direction. Well, I think you got to go.
It depends.
You can't go dark on him this time around.
It depends on who has the property, obviously, right? Like they can go dark as much as they want if that's where they want to go. But James Gunn, I don't think he's the type to follow in Snyder's footsteps and just go all hopelessness all the time.
Yeah, I don't think it would be a good move to do that right now. Anyway,
he's gonna camp it up. He camps it up with everything he's ever done. So we'll just see how far he swings in whichever direction. And if he could find a nice balance, sometimes seeing the darkness in our heroes is cool, but we got like 10 years of that. So I think it's time for a change.
Yeah, that whole situation was just unprecedented anyway. I mean, his daughter kills herself. He has to step away. They have to reshoot half the damn movie, and it was a mess for years now.
It was unfortunate. And then Harry Cavill got did dirty at the end by The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
So that's unfortunate.
He said by The Rock? I thought The Rock was trying to bring him back to. Because I remember when Black Adam came out, he said he wanted Black Adam to be in Zack Snyder's universe.
But as a result, The Rock had an ulterior motive. He wanted to bring Henry Cavill back so that ticket sales for Black Adam and any future properties that followed would go up.
Well,
it is business. It is business. That's it's not necessarily dirty.
Well,
it's a solid plan, bro.
The thing is that
I've watched the shit out that channel.
it didn't work out. It didn't work out. He basically fucked Henry Cavill over. He convinced him to come back, and then there was some shit going on where The Rock has been notoriously difficult to work with, and he kind of The Rock wanted to take over basically what was the DCEU at the time. He wanted to be like the head of it, like calling all the shots, and they were like no, and so they were like fuck off, and that's it. No more Black Adam movie, no Henry Cavill as Superman. That just
end of the DCEU. So now it's just the DCU.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
well, we can hope, fellas. We can hope.
Wait, what the fuck was the E?
DC
Entertainment.
Extended Universe?
Extended. I think it was entertainment, but
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Extended Universe.
Excellent.
Yeah. Well, hey, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out in 2 weeks, man. 2 weeks, Hey, I knew it was gonna be a big summer for movies, man, because Ballerina was coming out. You knew Thunderbolts was coming. Jurassic Park's coming next week. Superman, Fantastic Four. I'm sure there's something. Avatar comes out later. I think in December. The next Avatar movie.
Mission Impossible happened.
Yep. Mission Impossible. I heard that shit was good too. Hey, what did it get? 8 IMDb. Mission Impossible. Was it good, Frank? Did you see it?
Yes, it was good. I saw it twice. It was great.
Yeah.
It was really good. Yeah.
Is that it? Is that all the movies that were happening since then? 2025. I just knew the slate was full. I didn't expect Sinners. It wasn't on my radar, but that was one of the best movies so far this year that I've seen.
Wicked for Good is coming out in November.
Wicked for Good. Okay. Oh, that's the second Wicked movie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's coming out in November.
Wicked. Forgot all about Wicked. Yeah, that shit was awesome. Like, what the hell? I was been pleasantly surprised by that movie, man. That shit was actually good.
It was great.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how it ends.
And Elphaba was so hot. It was weird for me to keep saying she was hot. She was green as hell.
It's fine, man. It's fine. I'm with you.
I thought she looked good.
Hey, who knew green, right? Hey.
Right. I mean, she's big and green. I'm sitting there wondering about her. Shit.
See what I'm saying?
Damn, Elphaba.
He's like, what's the word I keep saying? He was like, no, I'm saying.
Yeah. She good, man. She's tight.
Green, though. I didn't get that from Gamora, though. Okay.
Elphaba looked better than Gamora to me, though. It still look good. Elphaba was just... And I think Elphaba had the personality, too, because she was sassy. And she was like... She was right most of the time, what she was saying. Like, the fuck y'all acting all weird.
Gamora was sassy.
I think Elphaba carried herself well, like better than Gamora did. She had way more presence.
Okay, yeah.
But then again, Gamora was not the main character in Guardians. She was just a part of a team.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, yeah. Hey, Frank, how was Evo, man? I know y'all probably already talked about it. The Powerstone tournament.
It was good. Yeah, we already talked about it in the beginning. But it was really good. It's really good.
Dope, man. Look, seriously,
we want to talk about what we talked about beforehand, real quick. Or I mean, it's 12:30. We don't have to.
Look. We can't stop y'all. Dead ass though, Frank.
Let's broach it
Juice.
really fast.
We need to plan a trip to go with Frank to one of these. Hey, Frank. So look. So say I show up in Vegas next time you go out there. You're doing your tournament thing. Say I show up.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get because I know you the man running the show. Can I get some backstage access or something?
I'm gonna act like I don't know you.
Hey, look, I can run some power cables.
But where the hoes at?
Hey, look, no, it don't gotta be nothing like that. I just want to be around the action. That's all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man,
I can help. I can run some cables or something like that. You know what I mean?
You can run the cables.
Absolutely.
I'll go grab y'all some coffee or something. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I just want to be around the action, man.
No, you don't got to do that. But yeah, if you want, of course. If you
dude, seriously, Juice, we should plan a trip to go out there, bro.
If you show up,
I'm with it. Like, hey, look, we could take a guy's trip. Go out. We just meet Frank out there somewhere. The hotels are cheap.
If you show
it's
up
not expensive.
If you show up randomly, I'm gonna be like, holy shit. But of course, yeah, man.
Well, yeah. I mean, I would definitely if I got tickets to go that week, I would definitely let you know. You know what I'm saying? But seriously, Juice, man, we should make a weekend trip of it, man. You know what I'm saying? I always wanted to go to a convention, man.
maybe if y'all brush up on the game some, you could do. Excuse me, you could do commentary.
Yeah, I know. Join the tournament and whatnot. See, I don't know, Frank. That shit was competitive as fuck, man.
No, you don't have to play. You just do commentary. Talk about it. Talk about what's going on.
Okay, yeah.
Learn the game better.
Because I thought the guy on y'all's video did a good job. I thought he did a good job, like keeping people engaged, with the commentary. Because that's part of it. Yeah, it's part of the whole experience of the commentary.
Yep, commentary is very important. So like, yeah, if y'all should brush up some and you make it out, I could totally have y'all as backup commentators or just permanent commentators. It'll just be y'all, right? And then I don't got to worry about it.
Bro, we could host the Intelligent Idea Talkers podcast from Vegas. You know what I'm saying?
From Vegas.
Yeah,
Live.
from Vegas.
From Vegas.
Seriously, Juice, we should plan a trip out there. 'Cause I always wanted to go to one, man. I'm like, what better time to go? You know what I'm saying?
Of course, if you want to come down whenever, I'm always letting y'all know dates and stuff. Whenever, if y'all ever want to come out, of course.
And I know I keep saying Vegas, but Vegas is fun. There's a lot of other stuff to do and see. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that expensive. I mean, depending on where you stay, obviously, but it's not that expensive.
It's not expensive to go there or even stay there. It's expensive to be there. Like the food is expensive and gambling and everything is expensive out there.
And some hotels are expensive. I mean, Aria, Caesar's Palace. The shits get pricey as fuck.
The new one, Fountain Blue, is mad expensive.
Oh, them shits be pricey as hell.
A night. It's like $400 a night to go out there.
But I mean, if you stay at like Golden Nugget or New York or something, it's not that. It's regular hotel prices. $130.
That's Virginia Beach in the summer.
Yeah.
Well, with the cons though, there is block pricing. So you get like a serious discount, but you have to book like in the time frame that they specify, or else you're not going to get the rate. You might get a room at the hotels that are sponsored by the block rates. So it's just something to think about. But yeah.
Well, yeah, Juice, man. Hey, you think about it, man. I'm 100% down, man. If you want to go, man, and make a weekend guy trip out of it, man. I'm with it.
Yeah.
Hey, Frank, that's a hell of a profile picture. Them pictures you sent, bro. I was like, God damn, man. I'm instantly putting that on my profile, man. I'm up there in the octagon and shit.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah, that was mad cool, man.
That was wild. Yeah, we talked all about it earlier.
Yeah, I'll go back and give it a listen, man.
It was crazy. It was just a hell of an experience, man. So I was glad to be able to do it. I said my goal was to only just bring the game out to the biggest stages, and I was able to do that twice in like a month, which was nuts.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. I hope to do it. I hope to be invited to do it again next year. We'll see.
Dope. Well, yeah, boys. You about to hop on to something? No Trump news? No Trump news this week, Juice?
Nigga, we going to war. What are you talking about?
Oh shit.
that is it's not Trump news.
No, why you got to come at me like that, bro?
Sorry,
I brought up Trump. This man snapped. Frank, you said he snapped when I brought this nigga's name up? No, damn.
Nigga, we going to war with our
nigga. We going to war out this motherfucker. Damn.
It's just the news. Like,
yeah.
It's the state of the world.
Right,
damn, he started N-word, yo. He started nigga.
Yeah, dog. I brought the P-word up. Yes.
Yeah, no, nothing really,
Did you want to broach what you wanted to talk about real quick?
I mean, okay, fine. Speaking of Trump news, all right, this all right. So let me preface. I heard this from Frank just a little bit ago, and I haven't looked it up. This is the first thing I'm seeing about it, so I shall share right now. Marvel Comics introduces T'Challa's white son, Ketema, as future Black Panther and King of Wakanda. So apparently, this is a new comic arc, The World to Come.
I saw this on Instagram. This is almost like me, like when there was rumors of that Black Superman movie that was going to come out. It's kind of like the same there. It's like, don't do it. Don't do it. You're just inviting hate. You know, it's almost like killing Peter. When people get used to their heroes, we are used to our heroes. Okay, we just are.
That ain't got nothing to do with this.
Killing Peter.
Yeah, 100% it does. 100%.
Killing Peter is canon. All right.
That's fine, but it's not the mainstream canon.
So what? First, the fuck off. This
is like Ben Reilly is not the mainstream canon. Mainstream people know Peter Parker. They don't know Ben Reilly. You know what I mean? They don't know that Peter is the clone. You know what I mean?
Ben Reilly was canon.
Yeah, but I'm talking about mainstream. You have to be into the know to know canon. Most people don't know canon. We know what we see in the movies.
Here.
So,
you know?
Talking about this.
Good.
So good.
Well, okay. So I was gonna say this whole thing. Marvel Knights has been a thing for a lot of years, decades even. Marvel Knights was kind of like those kind of what if stories, but almost not what if, but actually canon. They were just darker stories that were written to appeal to different audiences, more mature audiences, if anything. So this is just kind of like a new imprint of Marvel Knights, and with this the world to come, it kind of brings readers into the future, or what is the very near future for the Marvel universe as it stands, depending on the characters that they're covering. So in the very near future, apparently T'Challa has a son who is white. Now, as we know or may not know, T'Challa is divorced from Storm, and they definitely didn't have any kids together, as far as we know. But even if he did have a kid with Storm, would not come out blonde hair, blue eyes, white. Now, T'Challa also got with his ex-wife, Monica, I forget her last name at the moment, Monica Lynn. Monica Lynn, that was his first wife. He had a child with her, but she's also black. There's no fucking way that they would have a child that is blonde hair, blue eyes, but this child is the biological son of T'Challa, who is posing as Black Panther, or a Black Panther, and who takes over as the king of Wakanda. What?
And that's the problem. It's not the problem so much that his son is white per se. It's the problem that he's taking up the mantle of the Black Panther. When you get used to a superhero and their race or their color, that's what it is. Right? So now when you try to remix it and say that, oh, this is the new Black Panther, he's going to be the new king of Wakanda, this is going to be the new Spider-Man, this is the new Superman. People don't like change. They don't like it.
No. We got to go back. This is take a step back. I know what you're saying, D. I know what you're saying. You're people don't like change, and I get that to a degree, but with comic books, there's a way things go. With comic books, it's anything can happen, right?
Oh yeah.
And I expect that. And so
people come from the future, they're reborn, they're spawned.
I don't even have a fucking problem with this outside of the fact as to when it's happening. Right?
Or not even the fact that he's going to take up the mantle of Black Panther or Wakanda?
Huh?
You don't have a problem that this white character is going to take up the mantle of Black Panther?
No. I mean, fucking Deadpool was the king of Wakanda for a week. It's a thing, right? This shit can happen, right? Shuri was it's a thing. People, Doom was the king of Wakanda for a while.
He was.
That was a problem, right? So he's not even the first white dude to be the king of Wakanda. My problem is the timing of this shit. Notice 2025. Notice what the fuck else is going on with this country, man. To me, this shit, my problem with this more than anything is the goddamn pandering to a fucking fascist, racist president right now, and his entire regime.
I don't know.
And this entire regime that's going down right now.
Look at the medium.
You telling me this arbitrarily out of nowhere, dude? First of all,
look at the medium in which this is coming out. The comic book. It's 2025.
Yes.
Like you said, comics are not the most popular. So maybe to stay relevant and to stay, in the hypeness, or to keep hype, they have to do outlandish things like this to get people like us talking about it. You know what I mean? It's a comic book.
Argument for that. I can dig that.
They
But
have to do
that
outlandish
said,
things.
potentially, yeah. That said,
It is ridiculous.
That said, the timing is
I
like
agree with you.
it's on the nose, man. It's too on the nose. Like there's no like for me, there's no like excusing us to like, oh no, we were just curious about what if,
And
right?
there's
It
no,
What do you
doesn't.
look
It fucking doesn't make any sense.
This
Like
thing
this
is
shit
pasty
this
white, dog.
is a like to put it in a comic book. Also, nobody's gonna fucking like particularly pick this shit up because do you think like people who weren't reading Black Panther before are gonna go through and be like, oh yeah, this is the
Right.
one I want.
Hence the ridiculous.
Like you're not picking up new audiences with this shit. It's just not a thing. And then like on top of that, it's just we got too much stuff going on right now for me to like look at this and be like, I just don't buy it. I just don't buy it, man. Like I'm curious about how the fuck they're gonna excuse it, but it's not gonna be good and it's just not gonna stick. They're talking about in the near future. Yeah, sure. Right? It'll get retconned like all the other shit. Like it's
I
fine.
would be more curious
But, like-
as to how the citizens of Wakanda would accept him as king of Wakanda. You know what I mean? Because I feel like they have an entrenched culture there. If we're talking about the superhero character or comic book character, you know, how are they going to accept him? If T'Challa walked in with his white son into that throne room in Black Panther and presented his white son as the new king of Wakanda, do you think that would fly?
Like the thing is, to be the king, he's got to defeat T'Challa, which is supposedly what this is.
That shit was so cringy when she kept calling him a colonizer in the first. Was that the first movie? Colonizer. I was like, stop doing that.
Yeah, that was.
No, I love that shit.
It's a little bit cringy.
That was in the
not
first
cringy.
movie. Yeah.
You didn't think it was cringy, Juice?
You thought it was cringy?
Just because she kept saying it, and it was like,
That's how
all
she
right, we
thinks
get
of him,
yeah.
and that's how she
And she
thinks of
wasn't
Americans. Like
The fucking CIA, yeah, she wasn't lying.
like,
This motherfucker pillaging that
particularly
country
the CIA, right? Like
pillaging
wasn't
Africa
lying.
for hundreds of years.
not just Africa, but yeah. So yeah, I mean, it wasn't cringy. It was like speaking truth to the fucking assholes. Anyway,
What if this dude is a CIA plant? I wouldn't trust him. Off the. I'm sorry, bro.
That's a
If he brought his white son in there and was like, "Yo, this is your new king," I'm like, I don't trust this nigga, man. He got to be a plant or something, man. Somebody planted this motherfucker here, man.
I'm sorry. I am curious about this shit. I just want to see how the fuck they're gonna.
I think.
But I'll pick it up
Explain
in like a. I'll pick it up in like
I think it's doing its job.
2032, and I'll just look at it.
I think it's doing its job. It's just, what the fuck?
Yeah, you're right. It's doing its job. It's sending the message.
It's
The message is the job, bro. You're right.
I mean, he don't even have black hair. You know what I mean? His hair is like this.
He's
lamb
Aryan.
wool.
Dude's a fucking
Yeah,
Aryan. He's got blue eyes and white and blonde hair. Like he's like this is Hitler's like this is
See, now, I ain't
Hitler's
want to say
Ubermensch.
Aryan, dog. You ain't
He's
have to go
literally
that
like
strong
he's literally
with
Hitler's Ubermensch. Like is the fucking king of Wakanda now? That work. Okay, all right, cool.
it, bro. You ain't
You know
have to
what I'm
go
saying?
that strong with
you
the
ain't pushing. You
terminology.
ain't fooling nobody, y'all. You ain't fooling nobody, right? That's all I'm saying. Stay woke, y'all. Stay woke. Stay woke.
Hey, so you wouldn't buy it if you was in
I told you,
Wakanda
I'ma pick it
throne
up.
room. You
I'ma
ain't
pick it
buying
up.
this nigga.
I'm gonna pick it up in like 2032.
No, I'm talking about accepting him as your king. If you were a Wakandan citizen, you're not going to accept it. You're 10
Do
toes
I
down,
accept
bro. Yeah,
this king?
I feel you. I know what you mean. Yeah. I told one of my homies that I would have gone to the military parade last week, and they looked at me like, "Just what the fuck? Like you was gonna go to that?" I was like, "Dude, not to fucking support Trump, just to see the fucking military vehicles and shit. Like, when am I gonna get a chance to sit in a Black Hawk helicopter or something? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I would have went to see the vehicles and anything that was on display. I definitely 100%.
It's wild sometimes.
No, I would have 100%.
I mean, yeah, I feel you. Like,
But they
you could do
definitely looked at me
museums
just
and
like
shit.
that. They was like, "You would have went."
They got
where?
museums. It would have been weird.
I feel you. I know what you mean. Yeah.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
You don't. I told one of my homies that I would have gone to the military parade last week, and they looked at me like, "Just what the fuck? Like you was gonna go to that?" I was like, "Dude, not to fucking support Trump, just to see the fucking military vehicles and shit. Like, when am I gonna get a chance to sit in a Black Hawk helicopter or something? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I would have went to see the vehicles and anything that was on display. I definitely 100%.
Yeah,
I guess it kind of would have been, right?
It'd be you.
I'd have been the only black person
It'd
out there.
It'd been you and like another black dude with like high shorts and a polo. Like, it'd have been y'all out there.
Hey,
like
man,
you and him.
Stop stereotyping people, Juice. He's a brother. All right,
I
he's still
swear
black.
I swear I see the picture that he after. He had some high ass crease shorts and a burgundy polo. I was like, is he black? It was a photo on the green from far distance, huh?
Was he with an Asian dude?
No, it was a black dude. I think it was black. It was a because you know how like nobody went to the parade.
Yeah, I heard.
So like they had like pictures and like from a distance of like all this area, and I swear it was like maybe it was just the angle of the sun, so he just looked a little browner than normal, but. There was a dude standing. He was tall. It's kind of
weird that nobody went, right? Like
khaki shorts and a polo on.
It's kind of weird that nobody went, right? Because like, obviously nobody supports Trump. That's not the reason why you would go. But like, people are always looking for stuff to do in the DC area, right? Like, people are always out there just walking, and I guess they wanted the fucking streets to be packed like a Super Bowl, like a championship parade or something. You know what I mean? But I'm like, Trump, you got to be a little more self-aware than that, bro. People hate you. Motherfucker, they ain't nobody going to come out there to celebrate you. You know what I'm saying? They don't like your ass, dog. But, I mean, if I would have gone, it would have strictly just to see the military hardware that was there. Like, that would have been my only concern. Like,
that's what museums are for, man.
That's what museums are for.
Yeah, okay, literally. Yeah, true. But they had pictures of people, like, holding rocket launchers and shit. I want to hold one. You know what I'm saying? So they had pictures. They had like videos of people like holding rocket launchers and like sitting on what are those big ass guns called? The 8 cal guns sitting on the back of the fucking, you know what I mean? Like I would have loved to go hold one of those joints, man. There was a Father's Day event that I feel like would have been more worth. Happy Father's Day, gentlemen. I don't know if I said that to y'all.
Father's Day to you too.
Yeah, same to you.
Father's Day to you too. There was a Father's Day event. It was actually. I think it's coming to I think it's still coming to DC. It's not going to be on Father's Day, obviously. It might be sometime in August, but it's sponsored by. Oh my God, I forget what it was called, but it was like a Black Fathers like march.
Oh, okay.
And it's through the streets of DC, and it's sponsored by Lego. It's like legit, and it's been going on for like years. It's been going on for years, and I think that might be more worth your time to try to like explore when it comes to town. But they started it in New York, and I think they also did it in Chicago and
what's the AI mode?
Another place. But anyway,
March of Dads, DC.
March of Dads, that's it. Thank you. March of Dads, so simple. But yeah, Black fathers come together with their families, of course, and just walk through and just show appreciation for being dads. I think that would be like a little more worth your time, So
like part of the thing is that like how I say before like everything is political, like
but it shouldn't be. Just like you said, all action movies shouldn't only be action. Everything shouldn't be political. We can disagree. We can disagree without having a time political.
Like everything is political.
But it shouldn't be though.
In a perfect world, sure. But until we reach perfect equality, then it will be, right? So I agree. It would be nice if it didn't have to be.
Politics are divisive. But now, if I take my son to see...
Look, D, here's the thing. It's not politics are divisive.
They are.
Like, existence is divisive. Right?
No, it's not. Because when it all comes down to it, we all need to eat. We all need to sleep. We all need to drink. But we all don't vote.
Yes, we do need Democrat. Hey, what if some people can eat and other people can't? Is that a thing that happens?
That's where the political stuff comes in. That's where the division comes in.
That's literally
that's why people starve in the streets, because everything has to be political.
People's existence.
Bureaucracies and shit. That's where everything. Some things don't have to be.
Okay, so the question is, when did the politics start then? When did that person's politics who can't eat versus the person's politics who can eat, who can't versus
where does
can?
One end and one start?
Where did the politics start for them? I would argue that it depends.
Yeah, you get right. Yeah.
Guess what it depends on? Lots of factors. Education, places to live, circumstances, income,
and a lot of those are
minimum wage income in particular.
a lot of those are political.
How many hours you can work. All of these are political things that affect a person's life. So it got political before he couldn't eat. It was political far before he couldn't eat.
Yeah, so but that doesn't make it right.
I didn't say it made it right. Nobody said that. I said my argument is that it's wrong to ignore the politics. So when you say
you can't ignore it. The bureaucracy is everywhere.
Ignoring politics is political.
You said ignoring politics is political?
Ignoring politics is political.
It depends.
I know, dude.
Depends on what we're talking about. When you're talking about feeding starving children, ignoring politics is not political. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with ignoring politics when you're talking about starving children. When you're talking about inequality in pay, then you can pay attention to the politics. So it depends. It depends on what we're talking about.
Go ahead. How is ignoring starving children not political?
I said it shouldn't be political. It is. I agree with you that it is political. Okay. But it shouldn't be. That's common sense.
So what was the other thing you said? You said
when it comes to inequality in pay, that is where it's okay to be maybe a little more political, even though it shouldn't be. It should just be black and white. There should be no gray area, right?
But both of those things are political. So what is
they are? But that's why I said it depends on where one's politics starts and one's politics ends. It depends on the situation because some things are clear cut and dry. What does the situation depend on? So what?
What does the situation depend on?
See, now you're asking circular questions where you just trying to add
circular.
What did that?
You said. What do you mean? You said a person's circumstance. All right. If it's political, if it's political, right? And a person's politics depends on their circumstance, right? Then what makes up their circumstance?
Where they were born, who they were born to, what class they were born into.
And what is that?
There's a lot of factors that makes up their circumstance.
And what is that? And what affects those factors? What affects where you're born? What affects how much money you make? What affects if you have your parents?
Cancer. It can affect if you have your parents or not. You know what I mean? Like not everything is political.
No. I'm saying. All right, let's run that. Let's run with cancer. Let's run with cancer. All right, cancer. So
there's no politics in cancer.
Say there's politics in cancer.
There is because the pharmaceutical companies and treatments and hospitals, but there shouldn't be.
So you agree?
Well, of course I agree with you. A lot of stuff is political.
I agree with you with the should. All right.
A lot of stuff is political, and I agree with you that it is. I agree with you that it is political.
So now saying that it should be is not an answer for whether it is or isn't.
True. I agree.
Okay. All right. So if it is political, cancer is political because healthcare is political, right? And healthcare and
cancer doesn't care about your political affiliation.
Affects whether or not that person has a parent. Then a person's upbringing, if their parent died from cancer, is a political situation.
How so? If the parent died from cancer, that is not political. That's life circumstances. That's just what happened. That had nothing to do with your political affiliation. They didn't care whether you lean left or right. You had cancer and you died. You know what I mean? They don't care what your political alignment is.
What if it was political cancer? I mean, not political. What if it was preventable cancer? Stop.
Some people
what if it was preventable? The word I meant was, what if it was preventable cancer?
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Okay. And they weren't able to prevent the cancer because they weren't able to get routine checkups.
That's where the politics come in. Routine checkups.
All right. So when I say everything is political,
one hand washes the other. Yes.
What?
One hand washes the other. There are common sense circumstances. There are political circumstances. One hand washes the other. So the politics feeds the common sense and vice versa, right? Okay. If a person has cancer, they deserve treatment, right? As long as they can, they have the health coverage and everything. But there's the catch 22. That's where the politics come in. And do you have the insurance? Did you get fired from your job because of layoffs?
Insurance got canceled. You know what I mean? So us only having insurance through our jobs is political. Like the fact that you can pay for a separate insurance,
you'll just be paying a big ass premium So a lot of people like to get it through their
be
job.
paying with
That's
no
the common
money
sense
from
part.
no job. Yeah.
The politics is set up with the insurance company being set up through your job, but the common sense part is it's going to be cheaper for me to get my insurance through my job as opposed to a separate policy account by myself. You know what I mean? So that's where the comment, you know what I mean?
But you
so
understand,
one hand
you
washes the other.
understand that choice is a political choice that was given to you.
Okay, I agree with you. I'm not saying that everything does not
saying.
involve politics. I'm just saying that it shouldn't involve politics. Everything should not be political. If we have a political discussion here on the Intelligent Idea Talkers podcast, me and you can disagree all day. We can disagree all day. But that doesn't mean that we have to be enemies at the end of it, right? Like
it depends on your politics.
I feel like even if you didn't like Trump,
for me,
even
it depends on your politics.
Even personally,
it depends
if you didn't like Trump, if
your politics are that black people are a scourge,
I do feel like if Trump walked into the room, I do feel like if Trump walked into the room with you right now and sat down, said, "Hey Daniel, what would you like to see me do? What would you like to?" I feel like you and him could have a civil conversation about politics, right? I do. I feel like you would. You act like that now, but I think you would.
You said if Trump was in the room with me right now,
I think you would pay him
on the verge of
he is
World War
the president
III?
of the United States, Juice. You know what I mean? I think you would pay him that because you're a human being. You're a respectful man, so I don't think you would straight disrespect him to his face. I think you would sit down and tell him. Y'all would have a civil conversation.
You think? Okay, so you think you would do that because you don't know what's going on, maybe.
That's politics in a nutshell, Deuce. Like, we should be able to sit down, disagree, and then come to an agreement on the things that we disagree about. But once you choose a side and you say, I hate this side, I hate that other side, I refuse to even listen to anything the other side has to say, then
what if you listen to what they had to
conversation
say?
is over. It's not politics anymore. It's tribal. It's
what if you did listen to what they had to say? But what if you did listen to what they had to say? And then what they had to say was fundamentally disgusting.
Then we can handle that from there, but we still have to have the conversation.
Okay, and then what? If
you're not even willing to listen because you don't like this person,
I want to run this. Let's run the scenario. I want to run the scenario part by part. Say you sit down, you have a political disagreement with a member of the KKK. And his position, let me finish. And so his position you guys are arguing about is that he feels, let's say, black people should not have
a KKK member is different from the president of the United States. But okay, go ahead. I'm running with your scenario.
Let's say the president of the United States. So I'm sitting here having a political disagreement with the president of the United States. Trump's sitting here and he's saying, I think immigrants need to leave the country.
Okay.
And I'm like, even better. Let's say this is the thing he said. He said word for word. The birthright citizenship needs to be ended. Right? He thinks birthright citizenship needs to be ended. Right? So nobody born here is an automatic citizen. I disagree with that fundamentally. Right? I believe that is one of the main things enshrined. It's not a constitution. Is it constitutional? I think it is in our constitution.
I don't even know.
It is.
I think it is. Yeah.
I get what you're saying, though. I get what you're saying. I don't agree with that.
So we have this disagreement, right? And so he gives me the reasons, and I just don't agree. And I think his reasons, and listening to his reasons, I find his reasons are bigoted, right? Because he's whatever. Right.
Yeah.
And my reasons are based on our Constitution. So where do we go from there?
That's the magic of democracy, right?
He's the one with the power, right?
Right. But he's, in theory, works for the people. So your opinion should count.
It should count.
Yeah, 100%.
But it doesn't.
He should seriously consider that he's not alone. You're not alone in your opinion.
So you think in having this conversation, me hearing what he's saying, and me, one, finding it bigoted, and two, finding it fundamentally against our constitutional rights, that I should respect him.
No, not that you respect him. I think you would be respectful towards him if he was sitting directly in front of you, because that's just the type of person you are. I don't think you're the type of person to openly disrespect I mean, just anyone straight up to their face, unless you receive
the fundamental disagreement about. It's not
let alone
it's not
a president of the United States.
We just talked about why we disagree and to the extent of which. So, at what point am I allowed to see this person as the cretin he is?
You can't call him a cretin, okay? Come on, Juice. That's disrespectful, man. Okay, you can't call the man a cretin.
I'm saying, my point is,
you know what? I know what you would do too, Juice. You would slip up and call him something disrespectful to your brother. You'd be like, yeah, well, you act like a cretin. I mean, a jerk. So you know what I mean? Like you would say something like underhanded too, man. He'd be like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck did he just say to me?
Probably, yeah. I probably won't be able to help it. And therein lies like why if Trump was in the room with me right now, I curse the shit out of this nigga.
I don't think so. You're not that type of guy. I don't think so, man. You were raised. You're a good man. I don't think you would disrespect a man to his face like that.
I was raised principled, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right, man. You can't get no blacker than your mom and dad, bro. For real. You raised black as hell, bro. Like straight up.
Anyway. So yeah, I don't know how we got down this road.
I don't either.
No, I think my point was that like when you're talking about like going to the
real quick, to the
parade, and I was just like, that's kind of like you weren't paying attention. So you going there would be like, I'm supporting this fascist regime as they're sending like the Marines to combat protesters, and as they're like literally absconding people off the streets. They got a Gestapo of like ICE agents who run around with masks on, literally abducting people and throwing them in concentration camps, and like just making up false charges. And then it's like so you will like go to see a tank that's like sponsored by the motherfucker who sold out a government.
Yes,
because you think the tank was cool
with no thought towards the motherfucker with no thought towards the motherfucker that's sponsoring it solely to see the tank. Yes, I would.
Just to see the tank.
That's a once in a lifetime experience. It's to sit in a military vehicle. I mean, when have I ever done that? You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't be interested to see any military hardware, bro?
I'm literally not interested in seeing military hardware at all, ever, most of the time.
I would have loved to go just to see some of the vehicles and stuff. Yeah. I would have. Nobody had no thought about Trump. I bet you a lot of the people that did go, they weren't there to celebrate fucking Trump. They just wanted to see the military hardware and pay respect to the military. Like
we never had to have a parade to pay respect to our military. I might be
totally wrong because a lot of people worship this motherfucker, bro. He really has their best interest at heart. This is a rich white man, okay? Like he don't care that white people, like Dave Chappelle said, they call each other trash. The poor white folks, he don't care about bettering you. You know what I mean? So stop worshiping this motherfucker like he's a messiah or something.
That's cool, man. Like I don't know, this is all right. I don't know. I'm not gonna like.
But I do not think you're the type.
You don't see like anything wrong with that though. You're not like.
But I've known you most of my life, Juice.
But like you're just like, I'm cool with that position.
What position is that? I want to see the military.
See the military parade thrown by the fascist guy who's ignoring Supreme Court orders, and like literally trying to like unify.
When they had the George Floyd protest, when George Floyd got killed and everything, like
wrap this up.
I don't know how big the public outcry was outside of the black community, right? Like, were there a lot of other races shouting for justice for blacks? And I don't doubt there was not, right? But
it was one of
immigration is one of those things where it's like
in the country.
Immigration is one of those things where it's like, look, man, just come here legally. Like, I know it's I say that as an American citizen. I'm not the one in these dire circumstances in this country. I don't have time to go through the bureaucratic loopholes and wait 2 years to get my citizenship, bro. Shit is fucked up here, okay? I have to get out. I have to get out of here, especially when I come here and I'm not a criminal. I'm a working citizen, member of society, contributing member of society, and like, so it's not fair, but just you gotta go.
Like, what about when they're like people have their immigration hearings and they go and they take people when they're trying to get to their immigration hearings that they have appointments and they snatch them. Like, that's the shit that's happening. Like, they're like, hey, we're going through the process that you just mentioned. And it's like, nah, son. El Salvador, I don't know where the fuck they send them. The concentration camps for sure. But it's just like, it's just like the worst case scenario. Like, we literally got the worst case scenario going on. And it's like, for a tank, it's like, doesn't seem worth it.
Yes, it does. Because that scenario, that this immigration thing, it's beyond my power to do anything about it, right? Outside of maybe casting a vote, right? They don't, the ICE agents are not coming and asking my opinion before they snatch people up. They're not taking my orders, right?
But you can see a tank.
But going to see a military vehicle would be something that I could do with my son or my family. We went to Baltimore once and we toured a battleship, like a battle cruiser. That shit was fucking dope. You ever been on one of those joints?
Yeah, I've seen it. I've been there.
I mean, it was cool as shit. Like, I just appreciated, seeing the military hardware up close. Like, it was cool. Like, it doesn't have to be political juice. I could have just gone there strictly to see the tanks, bro. Yes, it's possible. I did not have to go there for a political reason, bro. You want to turn it political.
It doesn't matter that this has never happened before. We've never had to roll tanks down the street. We've never had to have a military parade specifically for the military. We've never had to do any of these things until this guy, the same fascist guy, the same psycho, the same bumbling idiot, decided to have this thing. But it's not political. He did it, and it's not for him.
It might be political for him, even though it might be political for you, but that doesn't mean it's political for me or a lot of other people that went to see the stuff. You know what I mean? We just went to appreciate the military hardware that was there, bro. That was it. You know what I mean? Like, if you can't separate the way you feel in politics,
you do understand your friend's reaction, right?
If you can't separate your politics from everything else, then there's a problem there, dog. Not everything has to be political, bro. It doesn't.
We just went through this. Yes, it does.
It doesn't, bro. And now I understand that it is.
Then tell me what is not political.
That it is.
What's not political? Tell me.
What's not political is the fact that if I would have gone to this military parade, it would have strictly been to see the military vehicles. Okay?
You understand why your friend was like... There's nothing political
about it.
You understand why your friend was like, that's weird? You understand that, though?
He did say that, but he's a white dude. He's a white dude. Okay, I'm not saying that that's because you're black and y'all both say the same. It doesn't matter. You're right. But he did look at me like he was like the fuck.
Yeah,
he did.
But you understand why he thought it was weird now?
He was like, yo, you sure that would have? He was like, yo, that would have been a bad move.
Do you understand why he thought it was weird?
Yeah, because y'all motherfuckers got to turn everything political. That's why. Hey, Frank, not everything
because
you understand,
man. You know it's political.
Listen,
it is. I agree.
Okay, it's late. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm sorry.
All right. Okay, fine. Damn. I don't like losing before we get off, man. I'm about to keep arguing my point, man. I don't like losing before we get off of here, man.
Sorry.
Oh shit, man!
You're never gonna win with that attitude. Damn.
Yeah, man.
Don't say I'm losing.
Dude,
right,
come on.
Dr. K went in.
All right, gentlemen. It's
Thanks.
late.
All right, boys. Hey, I'm down next Friday. I don't know if y'all want to do another one next Friday, man. I'm down as well.
I think I'm out at you next Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got we have family coming in.
Man, no doubt.
Yeah.
All right, boys, man. Y'all take care, man. Hey, Juice, man. We'll continue this argument later, man.
Oh. Y'all should watch Daredevil. That's it. Daredevil. All right, guys.
Yeah.
I just finished that joke. It's dope. All right.
Yeah.
What?
All right, guys.
Throw that shit in there real quick. Yeah.
Hey, for checking out the Tell the Idea Talks podcast.
We finished that weeks ago.
Oh yeah, you see that joke?
Yeah.
You liked it?
We already watched it.
Oh, was that the last one?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Well, shit, we should talk about. All right, we'll talk about that one next time because I got shit to say. It was great. It's actually very pertinent to the conversation we just had. But anyway,
all right, guys. And I'm still not comfortable losing this shit, man. I'm still not comfortable getting off at this juncture, man.
Ain't no losers, man. It's just politics.
Hey, we can go argue about this shit for the next 2 hours, dog. So I ain't gonna do it, man. Hey.
We all lost, man.
All right, gentlemen.
All right, boys.
All right, guys.
Later, man.
Take it easy.
Thanks for checking out, everybody. Next time.
Peace.
I should know how to turn this off.